Don't do that shit. She is out here really doing. Oh my God! Somebody, okay, there's somebody on TikTok that
But
has.
Thomas, we need more edible talks from you.
Dude, I got some shit upstairs. I've been waiting. My shit gonna start in the beginning. I'm not even fucking around. My shit gonna start at. I'm a get high and then start.
No. This is what we need to do. All right, look at me, look in the eye. All right, edible talk about Warrior.
Oh, all right.
Look at me in my eye. You see?
Yes, I love that. Listen. Hey, did I ever tell you I was part of a fucking Warriors Facebook group, and the guy that plays Father June, he was in the Facebook group, and I told him, I said, "Yo, seriously."
What?
Yes, I told him I could see him playing a black father. I'm
Yeah.
dead. Does he not remind you of a younger Fred Sanford? Just a
Yeah.
That's something I need to look into.
Yes.
What's it about?
Listen, Bruce Lee wrote stories. He wrote these incredible spaghetti Western type stories, except they have martial artists in it. They took those writings and turned it into a TV show from the guy that brought Banshee, and it was
it's produced by his daughter.
His daughter.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because what was it? Kung Fu?
Fuck.
Is that the show?
Oh,
that was his baby.
David Carradine.
It's
David
Carradine.
It was supposed to be Bruce Lee, but we don't want to put an Asian man on the screen in the 60s. Like that's
on behalf of Bruce, it's fuck David Carradine all day and twice on Sundays. I never.
Hey, that man gave it a hell of a jerk right there at the end. He was to make sure that we all knew what he was about. If it wasn't for his ability to asphyxiate an issue, we wouldn't have had the attention span that is necessary to nut up in those hard situations. David Carradine did a lot.
I can't breathe.
You know you can take that 1-inch punch.
Oh, walked right in and knocked the wind out of me.
I should have saw
Holy
it.
Fuck.
I didn't even see
Take
it.
my breath away.
God.
Holy shit.
Right into the middle of that one. Right.
I almost died just then.
What that one?
Well, that's the show, folks. Thanks for showing up.
Hey, listen. All right. So are we live? Yes, we are live. Gentlemen, hi. What would happen if Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Joan Rivers, and D.L. Hughley, well, not D.L. Hughley, Robin Harris, were to walk into what's the word I'm looking for? Open mic, tear the place down and leave. That's us. We are the Plot Hole crew. Say hi.
For a second, I thought you were about to say walk into a brothel.
Hey, Richard Pryor. I'm gonna need you to leave that shit the fuck alone. Richard knew what was going on. I'm just saying, Richard knew what was going on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another thrilling episode of Plot Holes. I am your host, Thomas Billen Bishop. I am joined by the regular Pole Punch crew. Below me is one angry IT nerd. He's so angry. He's high. He's the IT nerd that's high. That makes no sense. We have the goddess of I won't even say moviness. I'll just say the goddess of everything. One Miss Gretchen, aka the trans Gretchen, and of course we are also joined by Mr. Zero Fox Golf, who has already started us off on some shit because now I have to remember how deep went out.
I'm still trying to catch my breath.
So was David Carradine.
It's not going. Still trying to catch my breath. What the? Oh, this show's.
Hey,
this is listen. If we get this, it's y'all fucking fault, man. I ain't got nothing for you, man. I have nothing for you. But
hey, I'm pretty sure he's glad he wasn't in the bottom of the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd have been too much pressure to bust.
Angry over here getting deep on us.
God.
Just like that sub.
Crushing it, man.
Yeah.
Crushing it.
We spare no one. No one gets any love. fucking show. All right, so the movie we're gonna be.
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing with that whole sub though is you can definitely tell that there's a divide in America, because when I watch a sub get destroyed with 5 guys in it, I just consider that a Saturday night.
We are all going to hell.
None of us will.
Express elevator to hell, going down.
None
And
of
it's
us.
never cost me $250 million to get that kind of bus.
Listen,
Hey, it's a good thing we brought drinks.
oh my god, for 200 grand, movie. Listen, for 250 grand, I could have had Kate Winslet and fucking Leonardo DiCaprio just react to shit in my house. The fuck I go in the water for? Listen, I don't feel bad for them motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel a single ounce of fucking regret for their ass. None. If you'd have been smart, you'd have been up here with us. I'm just saying. Anyway, we are breaking down Starship
Bloopers.
Starship Troopers. We are breaking down Starship Troopers. So let me go to the IMDb page for this runaway cult classic, which Zero Fox did kind of tell us it was a bomb. It bombed badly in the box office. It didn't really make very much money, but
which breaks my
trash.
heart still.
it still does, because it's
trash. It's trash. It's
I'm
trash.
pretty sure it still outperformed Jiggly.
Yeah. Oh,
It still spawned 20,000 and a half fucking sequels. So
I don't get it, but it's
my home movies.
I don't get it, but hey,
the shit that I did on my cell phone just to make myself feel good outperformed. So there's that. I don't care, man. The IMDb page says the descriptions: humans in a fascist militaristic future wage war with giant alien bugs. That'll put butts in seats. It was directed by Paul Verhoeven. The writers are Edward Numere and Robert H. Heinlein, which was based off the book. I didn't know that Dizzy only had one line in the book, and Dizzy was a dude. That means all that time in this movie that Dizzy was horny for Johnny Rico cock.
Yeah,
Dizzy might have been
It's a new
the
look.
line was just a very brief acknowledgement. Rico says something like, "That's the mission. Dizzy Flores bought the farm," and that's it.
That's it. And
That's it.
And they turned that one line into a whole ass human being. Not just a whole ass human being, but a whole
ass human being with a relationship and all of that.
Yes. A whole
get ready in 10 minutes. Make it 20.
Make it 20. Now, if Dizzy had stayed a male in the movie, pretty sure it would have been 2. It'd have been like, who you got underneath there? Fuck that 10 minutes, you got 2.
You got 5. You got 5.
You got 5 whole goddamn minutes. All right. So the cast is Casper Van Diem as Johnny Rico, Denise Richards as Carmen Ibanez. These names, man. These motherfuckers.
It's
Can they be more white? I'm just saying. Dina Myers as Dizzy Flores, the super person that she is. You know, the Night King was never in the Game of Thrones books at all. The White Walkers were, but the Night King wasn't, right? She's
he hasn't got that far in the books yet. I don't know if it's going to.
Hey, spoiler
He's gonna
warning.
I'm sorry. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for a 15-year-old book series.
He's gonna die before he finishes them. I hate to say that, but
listen, I keep expecting that. If I wake up and they say George R.R. Martin is dead, then I'm just season 8 improves right after that. Season 8 improves. All you bastards that said season 8 sucks, if George R.R. Martin dies, that's your end of Game of Thrones, you sons of bitches. Season 8.
Yeah. Season 8 will be the greatest ever.
It will be the greatest ending ever. I'm serious.
Yeah.
If he chokes on a chicken bone, I will be walking around with a season 8 was great t-shirt. I'm not bullshitting. I swear to you I will. Everything will make fucking sense. Yeah. People don't like it because, oh my God, he's still alive. He's still writing the books. Let him die. Let him die. Let him die, and I will tell them, Arya killed the Night King, you fuck! Season 8 forever.
I've still never seen that show.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. All right.
Oh my God, man.
We've got
depriving yourself.
Listen, we got a Busey for 2 episodes in a row. We had Gary in Predator 2. We got Jake in Starship Troopers. What
Gary
the fuck
2.0
house? What is going on in that house? I just want to know what's going on in that fucking house. What's wrong with Staple?
Domestic assault.
You ain't lying. All right, so we have Neil Patrick Harris as Carl Jenkins. Neil Patrick Harris is a fucking American treasure. I will hear no slander about Neil Patrick Harris. Even though he does play really close to Mingala in this film, he is a goddamn national treasure.
We will not disparage Doogie Howser.
Doogie.
Doogie is in a bad film.
He's really bad in a really bad film. He like seriously, he didn't.
It's almost like this. You know. They looked at him and said, Neil, we want you to play this.
Yeah.
How much is it?
This was when he was trying to get rid of his Doogie Howser thing, and he hadn't came out yet, so nobody really knew he was gay. He just was like, hey, I'll play the part. And he's like, hey, you ever seen Joseph Mingala? Yeah, I know who Joseph Mingala is. Like, imagine Joseph Mingala with Professor Xavier's powers. Yeah, that's the part you're gonna play there, buddy. Clancy Brown, fucking national treasure. Fucking national treasure. Seth Gilliam, who people know from The Wire. Patrick Muldoon. Oh my goodness. Michael fucking Ironsides, another national treasure. I will hear no Michael Ironside slam. Fuck out of here, man. That man is dark side.
Then we never need to talk about Highlander 2 because I will go there.
I
will go there.
Highlander 2 is one I tried to block from my memory.
Hey.
That
I got up and walked out of the theater.
To Highlander. I was so disappointed because they never made one.
No, they did.
I got up and walked out of the theater when Michael Ironsides jumped on the subway. It was like, I always wanted to drive one of these. I was like, I gotta go.
No angry.
They did make a sequel. They did make a sequel, but they called it Highlander 3. I don't know what happened, and they just skipped over 2.
Oh, you know what? That might have been what I'm remembering. Okay.
Yes, it was Highlander 3. Because 2, what is this 2 shit you're speaking of? There's Highlander.
In the same sense that elevators never have a 13th floor.
I mean, the thing is, they call it Highlander 2, but I mean, they just took everybody from Highlander and said, hey, let's just make them aliens.
Oh no, I get it now. I've seen Highlander 2. As in also.
Yes.
Oh, she did it. She fucking did it. I've seen Highlander 2. I was in the room. I too have seen Highlander. She fucking did. God damn, this is why we call her a goddess. All right, so let's get into the meat of this fucking film. All right, so the film starts off with a bunch of troopers wearing outfits.
With the dumbest news reporter ever.
I know.
The stupidest motherfucker on the dumbest news reporter ever.
Wait a minute, we ain't got there yet. I want to know in the fucking recruitment poster why they got that little 5-year-old, like that 5 or 6-year-old white boy.
Oh my god. I was expecting as soon as that kid popped out and said, I'm doing my part too. Then it's immediate pan over to a dog that would go, Earth.
A dog or a cat.
I was full on expecting that.
Or a cat, you know.
So
yeah.
As Gretchen and I mentioned, go ahead, Gretchen.
I was just to say, to be fair, the book was very pro-military. You know, Heinlein was a very right-wing person who believed in a government run by the military. Yeah. So it is important to note that the movie was made tongue-in-cheek with that kind of satire thought in mind.
There we go.
Verhoeven did not believe what the author believed in the original book.
That's why he went overboard. That's why he was like, "Oh, you believe in the military? You believe?" Oh yeah.
So as Gretchen and I pointed out on our last video, we love the book in which this movie is based off of. I appreciate the movie for the political satire that it is, and I enjoy it as such. But as someone who thoroughly enjoys this book and understanding where the mockery comes from. Every single time I see that kid, I half expect him to goose step snap his way out of that line and his right arm to go to a 45-degree angle. Like, that is what I'm expecting, because the saying that the director and the writers of the screenplay were subtle is like claiming that me busting my load on the president's face is just an act of freedom of speech. Like, there's just things that you do that you're like, oh, how can I make this as obvious as possible? This is a 3-car wreck into a train that's trying to claim that it was a fender bender at a red light.
But
that's
the other
I
thing.
enjoy it and love it because I understand that, but it's like, oh.
That's the
Even
other
if you
thing,
don't
though.
agree with the political message of the author, you can still appreciate the story that he wrote. And this is a
Absolutely.
perfect case of where you can separate the artist from the work because he's dead.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
again, we got to remember the director of this also directed RoboCop. Listen,
I love
that is true
RoboCop.
too.
I love
Paul
RoboCop.
Verhoeven was he was socialist when he really didn't necessarily need to be. Like, some of the shit he did, he was really trying to send a message. Oh, so you
Especially with all his propaganda pieces. He did the same thing in RoboCop that he did in
Yes.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
he put a lot of shit in there. You were
All
like,
saved it. Yeah.
like,
I'd buy that for $1.
yeah, like that was the running joke in RoboCop, which is basically, hey,
Capitalism is evil.
yeah, capitalism is evil, and if you really want a fascist society where the cops run everything, I'll give you a motherfucker that you can follow. Here, this guy. But it's the same thing as Starship Troopers. It's like Verhoeven is trying to say something without saying something, which is why we go back to what fucking Angry was saying in the first place. The dumbest reporter in human fucking history. Listen, I get it. You want to take a picture. There people were embedded in World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam,
Afghanistan, Iraq,
Syria. I
Like,
get that. But you out your fucking mind if you think I'm gonna be there with you when you guys hit the beach. Oh, I'm there for
yeah. My first thing is that you must have lost your damn mind if you
your
thinking
rabbit ass mind.
you
Hey.
thinking that me, I'm just a reporter. You think I'm gonna go right in the middle of a damn warfield.
I just
and
figured it
saying
out.
that-
Do you know why this movie is mostly white cast? Because you can't have a black man as a voice of reason to, like, we gotta go.
Listen,
We gotta get out of here.
Oh, and see, and the thing is, and the black guy they had in there, he was a pick-me.
listen, Verhoeven does not like black people. Black people in this film do not get love. He kind of listen.
Okay. Are we jumping on this one? Because
not yet.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Just in the very fucking beginning, the one prominent black person that you see is that female, and she's Rat Jack Roughnecks. And what happens to her?
No. There's one before her that's super important.
Oh, wait a minute. The Supreme Commander.
What's that?
The one that shoots Big Dumb in the head.
There it is.
Yeah.
The very first kill that we
First casualty was really her, not him.
Yeah.
She got kicked out.
She is immediately banned from it.
Which is kind of fucked up because we'll get to that, but that is the worst range. You're talking to there are two vets sitting here. That is the worst fucking range I've ever seen in my goddamn. Listen, I wish my first sergeant would tell me to go through that shit. Hey man, just give me this reduction in rank because I'm not going in there. The fucking dummies popping up have lasers. We have live rounds. There's no sectors of fire. There ain't shit. We gotta crawl up and down and up and down. Watch your fucking brain. I did PT this morning, but I digress. That's just the worst. That's my military rant. That's the worst fucking range I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. No wonder Big Dumb got his brains blown out. He'd have got shot. He'd have got shot in the bathroom.
So here's the thing about that too. Oh, go ahead, Angry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Zero. Go ahead.
Well, and then this is again one of the differences that's so extreme between the books and the movie.
Yeah.
In the movie, it makes them seem as though these training camps, these professions, we'll grab Carmen's character real quick. She went from a high school student to an intergalactic star pilot in a matter of less time than we have a basic training to teach them how to soldier. However, in the soldier encampments, we have these absolutely asinine pieces of equipment, training exercises, where in the books, the author did a brilliant job actually reflecting what true training looked like and the weapons and the capabilities in which they actually allowed them to use live fire weapons. In the book, it's very clear. It's after 3 months of being that intensive training. Now, Thomas, you and I know that basic training is only 10 weeks long. And by week 2.5, you have live rounds in those rifles downrange. Now, with people that very often I wouldn't trust with a rubber hammer in a padded room with a jacket that makes you hug yourself. And yet we do give them live rounds in modern day. And it's one of those things where, again, the book and the movie take that veer left turn between each other of militaristic, fascistic immunity societies in the future are going to be not just fascist, but intellectually lacking. As you hear several of the soldiers go, well, I was accepted to Harvard, but I couldn't afford it. Again, capitalism is evil. Is the only way, and the military is for the dumb people who don't have a choice.
Citizens. Yeah, exactly. And kind of
go ahead.
And kind of add on to that, as you kind of pointed out, the difference between the book and the movie is that I was, like you said in the book, it fully illustrates and fully catalogs everything that goes on, and it makes it in a very cohesive and makes sense.
Yeah, because
but I'm half expecting in the movie for them to be a fucking merry-go-round and a jungle gym, you know, and saying, hey, here's a 9 and go play.
If you look at it, you could tell what Verhoeven was trying to do in the very first part of it, because some of those commercials, they're kids playing with bullets.
There it is.
It's like, here, hi kids, we're with the military.
Holding out their hands full of bullets.
And the kids are grabbing up bullets. Verhoeven is really trying. Imagine if somebody had taken the script to MASH. MASH is based on a book, and they took the script to MASH, put it in space against the fucking Empire from the Star Wars films, and instead of lightsabers, the rebels had bullets. Now, you already know Darth Vader's gonna fuck you up, okay? You're gonna get a cauterized wound, but you're not gonna be here anymore. It's kind of like that. It's like, here's the story behind what MASH would be like. It would be a bunch of people wounded with fucking cauterized arms and the stormtroopers fucking them up. Oh, there's a story behind this. Let me give you the year ago. Here's this dumb luck idiot that, well, mom said I can't join the military, but I'm going to join to be a doctor. And then you go into the fight against the goddamn Empire, the evil Empire in Star Wars. That's it to me. Verhoeven literally looked at that book and was like, this shit is it's a little bit right of Attila the Hun. It's just a tad bit. I know what I'll do. I go a little bit left. Like, it was like Verhoeven did this shit on purpose.
He read the book and he said, nah, son.
Nah, son. Nah, a little bit too violent, son.
It's not happening.
Son.
Honestly, what I think he did is he said he put the book next to a mirror.
Oh yeah.
And okay, so this book, this one section of this book is 6 degrees right of center. So I need to go 12 degrees left of center.
Right.
People don't think that I'm right wing. I need to go 12 degrees left of where center would be, doing the exact parody of what is written here.
Exactly. Like, he really.
And again, it's brilliantly done, though. And that's the part that pisses me off most about this movie, and why I love it so much, is I'm just like, it is so well done in the parody until you realize that it takes itself seriously.
I
didn't come out of the movie the first time thinking it was a parody. I just thought it was a bad sci-fi film.
Yeah, it was. If you think
that was the very first time when I saw it too. The very first thing I thought was like, just
fuck y'all.
bad cheesy sci-fi.
I did not. Fuck y'all. I did not think it was a parody. I came out of that motherfucking movie theater thinking, is this really the job I want to do in life? Is this what I want to do? Because, you know, this movie came out in what, 97, right?
97.
I was done with military. I had just gotten out of the Navy. I was like, I don't want to fuck with this shit anymore. And then they made Starship Troopers, and I was like, is this what the Army's doing again? What the fuck? Where are we going? Where's the bugs? Like, they make a big deal about doing your part. Citizenry versus just, you know, being a fucking
civilian.
A civilian.
Citizen versus a civilian.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking, wait a minute, we got way too many motherfucking right-wing people in office right now for you to be putting this bullshit out, Paul. Like, people are looking, you know, that's a suggestion.
At least it didn't come out yet last year.
Oh, good.
Oh my God, if it did, holy shit.
Starship Troopers right now would have been a propaganda film. QAnon would have, especially instead of putting,
QAnon would have this would have been their this is what's happening now.
It would have been the Sound of Freedom before the Sound of Freedom was the Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, Gretchen did that. Just make sure you understand it. Okay.
So right there with that, though, you have the interview. So I'm jumping ahead in the movie.
Go ahead.
You have the interview between the two talking heads, and the one's like, 300 generations later, bugs will gather intelligence. The guy's like, an intelligent bug, a brain bug? That offends me that bugs could have intelligence. And I was watching this one on my little Gen Z kids, and he's a black man raised down here in the deep ass South. And so he knows what bigotry and stupid looks like firsthand. And he looked at me when that scene is, and it was that look like he wanted to say something. So I paused the movie, and he looked at me and he went, that sounds exactly like our political arguments right now on both sides of the aisle way. Oh, I don't like this, what could potentially be a fact. It offends me. I'm offended by these facts. I will not listen to your conversation. And I looked at him and went, okay, so what does this remind you of? Expecting the right side of the house or the left side of the house, like whichever way he wanted to lean it. And I was going to play devil's advocate either way, because that's just the asshole I am as a person. And he looked at me and went, all of American politics. And I went, oh, shit. Okay. 18 years old, you're smarter and understand American politics better than I did at almost fucking 30.
Listen, to be honest with you, one of the things that this movie kind of spoke to me about is there are far too many people that want so desperately to believe that the military equals the greatest. It's the greatest. And I think in a lot of ways, Verhoeven in this movie is going, no. Because and
that we're heroes.
Yes, exactly. We're not. I keep telling people, you can thank me for my service because fine, great, fantastic, but I was not a hero.
Please
don't. And exactly, like fucking Zero Fox is like, please don't. He's still into shit. I'm not. I'm like, please don't do that. Just please. Listen, I told people when I went to Afghanistan, don't put me in front of CNN. Don't. I'm 30-something fucking years old. I'm gonna tell the truth. Are you over here spreading freedom in Afghanistan? No, bitch, I got child support. I got
a paycheck, bitch.
Listen, I got a lawyer to pay for. I'm trying to get custody of my daughter. Y'all don't want, America's not ready for that level of brutal realism. You know, like, what did Rico say when Buenos Aires? Oh my God, Buenos Aires is hit by what basically amounts to
an asteroid.
It's
an asteroid, yeah. But I mean, here's the thing: what I don't get, as far as, and this is the nerd in me on this whole thing. There's no way that the bugs will have any kind of way to accurately do any kind of, like, you know, projection of like projectile aim to be that precise.
That is the most accurate fart I have ever seen. Because mind you, when they show you where Klendathu and our solar system is, you got to think them bugs had to sit there and go, okay, I'm going to build this fart up for about a week. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fart so fucking hard, that I'm going to hit an asteroid that's going to bypass ships go all the way across the fucking galaxy, past the sun, past all this other shit, to hit Buenos Aires.
Well, see, all you got to do, Thomas, is just put a little English on it. Boom, spins all around. Bam.
Would that technically be
That's
called
what that. And I'm thinking that's exactly.
That's a hard fart.
Would that technically be called a bug bomb?
Yes, that's a bug bomb. Yes, that is a bug bomb. But what I'm saying is, y'all seen them goddamn bugs. When they turn their asses around and they don't know where they're aiming.
I'm sorry. I find it very difficult to believe that, like people like Dorothy Vaughan and Catherine Goebel and their calculations to put white men on the moon, that the bugs are just like, hey, I'm going to fart in space and this rock is going to hit Buenos Aires, like perfect accuracy.
Like the bugs.
Yes, I mean, and that's exactly what they're trying to say is that, hey.
But it does actually explain that one does actually have an in-movie answer. And it bothers me that I know this.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. What is it? Please tell me.
So when they do the first bombing run, when they do the Battle of K, when they do Big K.
Yeah, Big K.
Yep.
Carmen's actual fleet commander, the actual command and CEO of her ship says, we've been told that these are bug anti-aircraft battery and that they're firing at random. The next scene we see her in, she says, wait a minute, those shots aren't random because it waits for the drop ships to come out of the troops before it hits a single ship. And then not one round misses from that point on. And she says, oh my God, somebody made a big fucking mistake. And we go on later to find out that the bugs are telepathic using hive minds. We find out that the bugs actually have an intelligence level that not just rivals humanity, it far exceeds it in ways that we can't possibly understand or even start to get into. It actually states, what's that?
We point out another book to movie reference. There was one kind of bug in the movie or in the book. Only one. There were no flying ones. There were no brain bugs. It was just one type, one version.
And the bugs weren't the bad guys in the movie or in the book.
Wait a minute. The bugs aren't the bad guy in the book?
They're just bugs.
They're just bugs.
In the book, they're just bugs.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about them.
That's just one world in which Johnny goes and visits. And it ends up becoming an invasive alien species that have similarities across the galaxy. And the big battle of K and everything else like that does still happen. But they're not this dominating species. They're just one more thing in human conquest.
And the soldiers are flying around in those little hover pods and just firing down on crowds of them, just laying waste to them. I mean, absolutely.
Because from what I remember from in the book is that that the bugs were just that. They were just literally just bugs. They were just
Johnny
really
and his
big
crew
ass
actually
bugs.
take out sentient planets with sentience in it. It talks about them going through and destroying cities, nuking power and water plants, taking out and crippling infrastructure. So it's not just that the humans are fighting bugs for the survival of humanity. In the books, it's actually human conquest is the part of it.
Colonizing.
And the colonization of it and the safety of the colonization for it. And it even goes further in that states it becomes a moral question that Johnny actually asks himself when he's in officer school. Again, he actually goes to school in the book. They don't just go, hey, congratulations, LT, go fuck yourself.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
We'll get there. But
I'm going to tell you.
It actually shows that the bugs in the movie, though, are hyper intelligent.
The promotion status for Johnny Rico was the greatest goddamn promotion status I've ever seen in any human being. And I've been in a fucking military. I have never seen a promotion fuck like that. He gets promoted because other motherfuckers get dead.
Audie Murphy.
And this, all right.
Listen, he outdid when it comes to that shit, he outdid Audie Murphy.
Yeah, he out Audie Murphy to Audie Murphy.
He out Audie Murphy. That is fucking possible, man.
I've got a quick military question. So I know there's field commissions. Like
not since World War II, Vietnam at the latest.
But at the time, weren't they like temporary? When you were done acting out that position, you still had to go back and merit, merit and get it.
So
or you kept it.
Field promotions, they did happen a little bit in Afghanistan and Iraq when Thomas and I were younger soldiers at the start of this conflict, because we were losing so many soldiers, and you could prove through your experience and through battlefield deeds, often called the promotion of valor. You could receive that, and you were given it. And once it's on your chest, it's on your chest, and you had it.
Yes, you own it. It is now.
And previous wars, Vietnam, I believe being the last one that did it, but more specifically in Korea and very often in World War II, you could go from the enlisted side of the house to the non-com corps to the officer corps through battlefield promotions. The individual that Thomas and I were just referring to, Audie Murphy, was the highest awarded U.S. soldier ever in the history of ever. That dude has more brass on his chest than a fucking Chinese general. Listen,
to look at Audie Murphy's chest with all the fucking ribbons and medals and shit, you would have thought he fought in more than one conflict.
In one war.
He fought, that was all from one fucking, that was from World War II.
And three battles. Not just three battles.
Three battles.
And because of the author's love for the military, it's also important to note that the ship, the Roger Young, was named after a private in the UK who died in World War II.
The Roger Young makes me so happy.
And he was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor.
Yep.
So my problem is, what the fuck were the writers of this movie thinking? Y'all, you have this very basic, very straightforward military movie. It's Saving Private Ryan with bugs. Okay, fine. You go different places. Who the fuck said we need flying bugs? Who? Because I'm still, I had to look at the scene with the flying bugs several times to get anything. I don't know how they cut off heads. Their wings are back. No. The wings are.
Well, see, if you go at a fast enough speed, then it's not really like you're cutting anything. It's not cutting anything. It's just more or less you're just bashing it off.
Velocity. It's just ripping.
It's just velocity. That's all it is. It's not like
a paint chip traveling in orbit can punch holes in satellites.
But see, that's the thing. For as fast as these motherfuckers are going, their legs are still down. Let's say a guy's 6 foot. Okay, he's on the top of the turret, 6 foot tall. Okay, great. Your legs are down. You're flying. If your wings are gonna take him off, there's still a body underneath them wings. That fucking bug should have crashed. That bug, literally, especially the first bug that was knocking off heads. I'm like, bitch, why are you not smashed?
I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting anything like that, because I mean the physics of it says that bug should definitely crashed.
That's why this was the weirdest. But like, now that y'all are telling me, well, Johnny Rico went different places, because I listened to the audiobook, but I was asleep, so I ain't catch much.
So what you're saying is you didn't listen to the audiobook.
I followed along with the ebook, because I knew there were going to be some parts that I missed if I just read versus I just listened to it. So I know that's why I did both. Because
I knew that Shishumi was the son of a general.
Yeah.
In the movie, Shishumi was Shishima. Like, that motherfucker got killed quick. He was dead quick. Like, you're the son of a general. Why are you? It took you died like that. Like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? I knew the thing about Izzy. I can hear while I'm sleeping, and it shit's all in my damn dreams and shit. It's like, it was weird. The shower scene that was in the movie while the book was going on, and I was in the shower with these motherfuckers, and that was not cool, because it's cold, and I'm not, it's cold. So
it's a good point. That's a good parallel with the book, though, in the movie, is that it was actually in the movie that they did, was that Heinlein gave this idea of a post-racial, post-gender conformative society. They didn't care about any of that stuff in the future.
Verhoeven,
so that was mirror from the book.
Yeah, Verhoeven said, fuck that, we need titties. And
Verhoeven always needs titties and gore.
Look here. I need to see some titties. I need some titties now.
Verhoeven has a thing for boobs, and that's about as good as I can possibly say it, because
that shower. Put his wife in Resident Evil without showing off her titties.
Oh my god! Isn't his wife Mila
Yep.
Mila Jovovich.
That's his wife.
Yep, or was.
I don't know if are they still together? Yeah, I thought they divorced.
I believe it was. I don't believe they're still together, but yeah, it was.
Yes, Mila Mila
Jovovich.
She should have been in this movie. I mean, shit. I mean, she really could have been in this fucking movie. Why the fuck isn't she in it?
She wasn't an actress yet.
Oh, she really? Oh, she wasn't. She wasn't. Okay.
No, she was.
No, she was. She just
the first time I saw her was in cuffs.
No,
the first movie I saw her in was Cuffs with Christian Slater.
Oh, you know what? I had forgotten about that movie.
Yeah. She was his girlfriend. It had that villain that wore the mask all the time, but then he had his face screen printed on his T-shirt.
And
yeah, no, it is one thing though, and I love that Gretchen pointed it out. And it is the similarity between the book and the movie, though, is that yeah, we are finally in a society that I don't give a fuck what color you is. I don't give a fuck what's between your legs. If you've signed up to put yourself through the shit of being in the military together, then you are my comrade in arms. And I don't give a fuck as long as you're willing to do the job. And that is one thing that I did really appreciate, that we actually try to see a community and a civilization that have moved past it. Because you see the people in Buenos Aires, which apparently is just pure white now. So
I didn't know.
Yeah,
but then you see the military encampment, and I think that's one of the greatest things. And Thomas, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this one though, but
okay,
we join the military, and you take good old boy rednecks from the South. You take backwoods Appalachians that ain't never seen nothing but their own cousins. You take kids from the hood that are 2 or 3 generation gangbangers. You throw them all in a basic training environment where they are so fish out of water for everyone, and you will immediately within a few weeks have a cohesive operating unit. And you go to the barracks of any infantry unit in this goddamn army.
I always think
and you're
the
going
Full
to
Metal
have rap
Jacket.
music, country, fucking black guys dipping and fucking wearing cowboy boots, and white boys with fucking slacked out going, wow, this shit's comfortable. I understand why you all wear this shit now. And we don't get racism.
I always think of Full Metal Jacket, you know, at the very beginning, the drill instructors, like, you're all equally worthless.
Exactly. You know, the funny thing is about Full Metal Jacket, there was a dude I went to school with that he went into the Marines because of that movie.
You know what? That movie,
wow,
that movie was more influential for a lot of people joining the United States Marine Corps than even 300, because they said there was an uptick between, like, Full Metal Jacket was an uptick and 300 was
Private Ryan.
Yeah, and but there was a bigger uptick for Full Metal Jacket than there was for 300. And I had a Marine recruiter tell me that. He's like, you should have seen, after Full Metal Jacket came out, there were guys that were coming in going, I want some of that. And they were going in because of that. And I think with 300, they got the idea of the Spartan mentality, and the Marines capitalized on it. The Army didn't. The Army was like, yeah, no, we'll let y'all go murder every. Listen.
Well, and I'm going to cross the line here, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Go ahead.
The Army don't ask, don't tell policy, and the Marine Corps' inherent homoeroticness that is the Marine Corps, you're definitely going to have an increase in Marine Corps recruitment after 300. Yeah. More than you will so in the Army. And that's also why the Navy saw a giant spike after that film.
But you know what? I'm gonna leave the Navy alone, because I did 3 years in the Navy.
Yeah, we all know that you were a seaman.
I told everybody in a heartbeat, I was a soldier on a boat. I was never a sailor. And I mean that. I don't get me wrong, but I was always a soldier on a boat. I was never a seaman. Never, ever. Not never. But anyway.
My dad put bombs on planes in Vietnam from the deck of an aircraft carrier.
A friend of mine's father just recently passed away. And before he died, he told me the most incredible damn story I think I've ever heard out of any person that's ever been in the Navy. He had to jump off of a fucking aircraft carrier 3 times because when they during Vietnam, when the Navy did abandoned ship drills, you got the fuck off the ship. It wasn't like when I was doing abandoned ship drills, we just went someplace. These motherfuckers like, no, abandoned ship, get the fuck off. So he jumped from the fucking flight deck of an aircraft carrier 3 times. And when he told me that, I couldn't pick my jaw up off the ground. I said, that's insane, because aircraft carriers are small cities.
I'm hella jealous, actually. That just seems like one of those.
Jealous. No, he said the only thing he was worried about was doing a belly flop.
Oh,
he said that was the only fucking thing he was worried about was doing a belly flop from the top of an aircraft carrier.
What's the deck height? I mean, how far is the deck height above sea level?
I don't know. I've never asked. All I know is driving up to one when I was in the Navy, driving up to one, it was a small city. That's just got 4 mess decks, all kinds of other shit in it. And to look up, you don't even see the top of the flight deck. You look from the ground up, all you see is just
average is 60 feet.
Fuck you.
244 feet from bow to top of stern, 24-story building.
He told me when they did abandoned ship drills in Vietnam, it was get the fuck off. And I was like, you are a legend, because I never, not ever. Like when he told me that, my testicles retracted. Like, how many? What the fuck? You did how many? He said he jumped off, and that's when my shit went. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, well, gosh, if that happens, maybe I should look into it.
Don't do that.
Yes, Gretchen went there. She went there.
Gretchen went there, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I have never, I looked at that man in awe. I could not get my jaw off the ground. I told my friends, like, wait a minute. Jump 3 times. That means you get the alert, you run your ass up to the top and jump the fuck. Nah, bruh. I'm good. That's a little bit too.
Say, nope.
Good. I'm okay. All right, so let's talk about some of the characters in this film. All right, we start
off. Can I just say one thing that really irritated the fuck out of me when I saw a difference between one of the difference between the book and the movie was the suits that they gave them to fight and the weapons and the shit that they gave them to fight the bugs with. Because in the book, it's completely motherfucking different than what they give them in the movie.
Don't they give them like Gundam suits to fight in the book?
Yes.
That's what the MI in mobile infantry stands for. It's mechanized infantry. They are in mech suits.
Wait a minute. So wait.
They were supposed to get something similar to like Iron Man suits.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Verhoeven said, nah, y'all go out here buck ass. Basically, they might as well have just been out there buck ass.
And their primary weapon in the mech suits are portable tactical nukes.
Because that was one of my fucking questions.
Yeah.
Listen, that was one of the fucking notes. I have a whole 2 pages of notes. That was one of the notes. I'm serious. It's all back, front and back. Listen, hold on. And this is what I said. Wait a minute. Give the kids bullets. Why not?
which again, the caliber round and rifle that they're using here is also hilarious. Because again, I am one of those 2A gun nuts that's like, oh, hey, you know what? If I'm going to create a future army and I have infinite resources in a perfect Star Trek world where the world's good together, except we still have guns. What ammo would I choose? You know what I would not choose? 338 Lapua sniper rifles, fully automatic, in the single most awkward assault rifle known to God and man.
And like you've likely learned in school, that if a bug, an insect from Earth, was suddenly as big as one of those, they're walking armor. Armor.
Yes.
The fact that
their strength and armor would be just incredibly beyond our comprehension.
The fact that fucking
chimpanzees can rip an arm off and beat us with it. I mean, they could look at us with a mean look and kill us.
Let me ask you, this is when Neil Patrick Harris is just demonstrating the weapon. They have a bug. He shoots it. If you shoot a limb, it can still operate.
At 86.4% effectiveness.
He said aim for the brain stem, and I'm like, where? Where the
fuck is the head at to aim for the brainstem if it's in their head?
That's why I didn't feel bad when that dude kept shooting. Remember when he shot it, it was dying, and he had the eye, and he shot and the blood, and the green blood.
Go for the nerve stem. The nerve stem in the middle of a combat situation when you're freaking the fuck out and there's bugs everywhere. I'm going to hit that little target right there. You pull Luke Skywalker shit on the exhaust port on every goddamn bug. It's not happening.
You might as well went out there and pissed in their eye. Why are you telling me to aim for some shit I can't find? Motherfucker.
No, I mean, you might as well. I mean, if they're gonna tell you to aim for something like that, you might as well have like the aim for like the motherfucker from what's the movie?
John Wick?
No, not John Wick. With the one where they curved the bullets.
Wanted.
Wanted. That's it. Yes.
Some shit like you got a fucking loop.
Like I mean, like their whole clip of just the whole gun just be.
I'm telling you,
just
that
bullets
whole
curving
first
everywhere.
battle. That whole first battle was a live action reenactment of that scene from the movie Ants when they go up against the termites.
Yes.
And they just get steamrolled, steamrolled.
and the thing about it is that fucking attack on Big K is what got the first Supreme Commander relieved. Why? He was a fucking idiot. You have an entire listen.
My thing is, you send a whole platoon. You send a whole platoon out on the ground. No air support, no backup, no anything like that. No even kind of ground support, not even a tank.
I was asking that in the beginning. Where in the fuck is the air support? Why would you send me in the middle of the night without somebody shooting something? Come on.
This is the one where it shows American hubris. And again, it's one of those times where the director went so fucking heavy-handed that it's annoying because it suspends fucking common sense.
It does. I say we take off and nuke the site from orbit.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's like you see in the news reports after the battle on Big K that 100,000 were killed in the first hour. Now, Thomas, quick math for me. How many soldiers do we currently have serving active duty?
Oh my God. We have Army-wide?
Army-wide, just Army, not National Guard, just active Army.
I don't know, what, 350, 400,000, maybe?
About 420,000. So if you have 100K killed in the first hour, 1/4 of the army was wiped out.
You've killed an entire, no, not even a division. That's a regiment.
No, that's not even a regiment. That is an entire army. That is all of 7th Army dead in 1 hour.
And this goes right back to the weapons. It goes right back to the weapons talk. In the book, when Roger Young was actually a very small, light, and fast ship that carried one infantry unit. One unit. Because their weapons were so devastating that it didn't matter. They didn't need 100,000 people to send into a meat grinder.
You sit literally, and it was like and I thought it was cute that you got the little kids out there smashing cockroaches. Congratulations, one hand clap. But do you understand? You sent these motherfuckers out here to get murked. You sent them at night with no air support, not knowing what the fucking terrain is out that motherfucker. You don't know it. The fucking bug bomb bullshit with the farts coming out of their ass. You mean to tell me there was no intelligence on that? Nobody drove past and said, hey, do you see that thing that's the size of 4 city buses with the big fat ass? No, don't look at the ass. What is that? Can we figure that out before we send anybody here?
Well, and in that battle, the two that we see as a part of the brigade, the barrage, which we see this barrage is planet-wide. Planet-wide barrage. But the two that we see get taken out in the movie are taken out with what? Tactical nuclear weapons, and they blow them up. So it proves that not only did they have this technology, had miniaturized it and made it safe enough to make it able to be transported and weaponized in close combat. And yet you still have guys out there with, as Gretchen and I keep pointing out, antiquated pieces of shit technology that want to prove that the military is dumb, and that overwhelming support, because we're the smart ones, we're humans, and or more specifically in this metaphor, we're capitalist Americans, and so we have the might is right answer. And you're going to send these people on a meat grinder as an example.
Yeah, those fucking cockroaches said, no, mind you, they had lasers in basic.
Yeah.
Oh, the lasers was knocking people on their ass. You mean to tell me In basic, I can hit you with a laser. But when you get on the ground with a cockroach that's the size of a F-150, here's some bullets, kids. What the fuck?
It's the equivalent of
taking.
I
had a friend of mine that he tried to explain this to me because I posed the exact same thing to him. In basic, you saw they had lasers everywhere.
Everywhere.
Even got to the point they got so advanced to where they could color code it to differentiate who has what and what gun. So we can color code it. We can obviously use it not only just to train, but also as weapons.
Absolutely ridiculous because they train you with all this crap, and then it's like, hey, we're going to take you, an army of people, and we're going to have you fight this army of grizzly bears, and here's your 22.
Yeah, exactly. And so he tried to basically say the whole thing of
shoot it in the eye, you might get lucky.
It was lasers and it's light and it doesn't have any kind of impact to it. You had to have a projectile weapon, and so the light on laser, it wasn't really conducive. So it's like it's basically like an extreme form of laser tag.
We have progressed to the level of interstellar travel, and we cannot have a weapon that would be more effective against them.
And I'm willing, you know what, Angry, I'm willing to agree with you. You know what? Let's just say this is advanced laser tag, and that the Miles gear, and Thomas, you remember how shitty Miles gear is.
Fuck Miles gear.
That they're wearing gives them an electrical pulse, which is what is actually disabling them in the training. So let's say that we'll take that.
Right. Yeah.
They're wearing gear that zaps them if they get shot as a negative reinforcement. Hey, you got shot. It hurts. Fucking get used to pain. Like, okay, cool. I can take that. I can handle it. But let's just take technology that is from the, let's go with the 60s. So well before this movie was made. So it's not like the director or the people wouldn't have known it existed. And well as antiquated material as far as the future is concerned of where this movie's set, the what's this thing called? The Deuce, oh man, maybe there's a term I'm looking here, or maybe a Mark 19, like maybe
a
portable grenade launchers and 50 caliber mounted machine guns, which we see they have.
Yes.
Later in the movie, we still have this technology. It's not like it was lost to some bygone war-torn era pre-World War III and nuclear paradise on Earth. Like we know they still have this.
You're called
you're sending people out there with rifles.
Yeah, you're called the mobile infantry. Bitch, get in a vehicle. If you're gonna send me onto a planet where we don't know what the fuck's there, I want a tank. Fuck dropping me down when you remember your training.
At least a Jeep.
A Jeep with a 50 cal. Get one of them Toyotas that ISIL was driving in. Put a 50 cal in the back of it. Do not send me out here with nothing but my feet, my balls, and this goddamn M16 or M4 with some accoutrements. Fuck you. I want a tank. I want a whole tank. I want 2 tanks. If you can't give me the 2 tanks, I want some sort of a troop carrier that these things can't eat through. You put
was the art of was the art of carpet bombing lost with the weapon?
Thank you. You mean to tell me you have these fucking million tons of spaceship? You couldn't drop some shit? I mean, for fuck's sake.
It doesn't even from that high up. Even from that high up, it doesn't even have to be an explosive projectile. You could just drop something, anything. You can just flush a toilet.
Listen, drop a bunch of fucking nukes, right? They don't go off yet. They don't. All those ships he had the people in, drop some fucking nukes. And they just lay there, and they just sit there, and they just sit there. Now, you put your guys on the ground. You have one motherfucker with a bad day and a cup of coffee sitting in the ship and just goes, poop, and then all the nukes go off. Now the troops are going in, oh, is there anything left? What the
And fuck? They say in the next, very next battle that we actually witness, fleet is going to glass the planet, and we're going to come up behind and mop it up. So it wasn't even like this was a technique that they were unfamiliar with. And this is something in the military. We have certain sayings, like if someone bought the farm, We know what that means.
Yes.
But the only reason we know what those means is because those meanings, those sayings have meaning because we have already existed. So if someone says that they're going to glass an area and it's a known term that if I just randomly say it, people go, oh shit, we're about to nuclear waste an entire planet and then mop everything else up. That means that's a tactic that we have used in the past. And again, we're interstellar space fighting super intelligent bugs. And we have nukes and we know how to use them.
Listen.
So yeah, why not use what we have to our advantage?
But see, that's the thing. I understand why the writers wrote this the way they did. I get it. I understand it. My problem with that fucking thing is this is why the show is called Plot Holes. One of the biggest, nastiest fucking plot holes in this entire fucking film is the lack of military in the fucking military. Are you fucking with me right now? Listen, if you send me someplace with nothing but my Johnson and a fucking really sexy M4 against some shit that I can ride on to come back to you, fuck you twice. I will listen. I'm like that girl. Remember that when in the Battle of Big K, the one that screamed and ran the fuck off, she got her ass eaten up anyway, but I digress. I'm out of here, bitch. We have bullets. Shit that ends.
Yeah.
Again, it's the one thing in the movie that I do agree with when Rico and Dizzy, again, Dizzy who shouldn't exist, finally do hook up. I'm 100% down for that because I'm like, you know what? If I'm being sent to the most godforsaken shithole that we have in the known universe, and I have a chance to get my dick wet with a nearly 100% guarantee of getting smoked the next day, I'm getting my dick wet.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
That 20 minutes is going to be the greatest 20 minutes of 4 people's lives. That is.
Come on, Johnny did last 4.
That is
Johnny did last 4.
Listen, that is 5 minutes apiece. I'm moving their ass in like a conveyor belt. Bitch, we are getting ready to go someplace. Both of us might not make it. All 5 of us might not make it. So you first, then you, then
hey, just cover that. There was no romance in the book either. They made that up, and the character was Xander that Harmon fell in love with. He's not real either. They made him up.
The only romance that was in that book was the brief one while he was in officer training school with the waitress that he.
Yeah.
But honestly, the best part about that book, though, the love that you see in that book is a soldier falling in love with his nationalistic pride of why he's actually doing it, going from the I'm a petulant child to I actually realize that I'm serving a purpose. You have the pride
I'm a Nazi now.
Well,
Yeah.
You have the pride of a father. You have a pride of a father who disowned his son coming back, and you have a prodigal son story in the book that is absolutely brilliantly done. And then you have the drill sergeant who becomes Rico in the book's actual sergeant when he becomes an officer, and the love of an old NCO for his soldiers, even when they outrank him, what an NCO will do for his soldiers, even when they stop being his soldiers. And as someone who is military, and Thomas will agree with it, we've got NCOs that I know that without them, we would not still be breathing. Mostly because
didn't fulfill the father-son arc either. In the book, the mom dies, and even though the father rejected Rico joining the military, then himself goes and joins the military.
And becomes his first sergeant.
Hold on.
Becomes his first sergeant, earns that.
Listen, fucking Verhoeven said, oh, did you want a happy ending with those parents? Fuck you and your
Verhoeven said, nah, son.
Nah, son. Oh,
no, we can't. We can't have both parents. No, we can't have one parent. No.
Yeah. Verhoeven went to the Batman School of Parenting. He's like, oh, did you think you were going to get out of this with at least one parent? Fuck you. Hold on.
But again, though, it makes sense, though. Johnny's parents were rich. So they had to die. Because capitalism's still evil.
Capitalism still evil. He was, and the way they died was just ass. Oh my God, that was so wrong. He's like, well, just come on home, honey. Wait a minute, is it dark? Well, it looks like a storm.
It looks like it's about to rain.
Oh my, it's so dark.
The advanced human species couldn't see the asteroid coming with all its sophisticated surveillance.
And the thing is, and at the beginning of the film, they said something about the planetary defenses have gotten so much better.
No. That's the 1 year. That's the 1 year after. That
I'm
was
about to
literally
say-
1 year.
I'm about to
That
say,
was
wait
the
a minute.
1 year
Okay,
after.
all right, all right.
And so
Yep,
it actually does
yeah.
explicitly state in that opening PR
Oh.
that bugs keep launching asteroids at us, but our defense systems are finally improving. That is actually one of those ones where they actually explicitly explain it, that they are continuously winging asteroids at them. So that is one of those ones where, again, it shows the hyper intelligence these bugs have, because those asteroids aren't moving faster than light.
We gotta talk
learned
about
that.
this.
Well, and again,
learned
that
that
necessity is the
humans
mother of
can.
all inventions. So I mean, you have a war, you need it. So
We have
they're
to
gonna-
talk
But
about
that's
this.
they're gonna be
here's the
more
thing on the
inclined to
timing,
create
though.
it.
Here's the thing on the timing, though. We know that humans have faster than light travel in this one. They call it warp speed, but it's FTL travel.
Mhm.
Those asteroids that they're
Yep.
flinging at the Earth are slower than light speed, which means that the asteroids that are being sent there and the light years it takes to make that travel,
Would take
this
thousands of
attack
years.
on Earth has been set up for generations upon
Yes.
generations upon
You-
millennia.
Them
And so
bugs,
the bugs that we're actually fighting are several generations after of who
got the-
started this fight.
we got the Kim Jong-un of bugs. That's
Yeah.
what
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
he was like, because you got to think that when they first came up with this plan, like the great grandfather brain bug said, okay, we're gonna bomb Earth, and they're going to go,
Fuck Earth. Fuck them humans.
you're like, fuck the humans. So
Oh, and does it? My favorite part is that's the Mormons' fault. Did any of you catch it that's in the movie?
I had that in the notes. I said the fucking Mormons are idiots. Why? Are
Yes.
You listen, hi, I would like to talk to you about John Smith. Them bugs is
It's
like
Joseph Smith, and you know better, bitch.
Joseph, whatever the fuck. Them bugs was like, fuck you and Mr. Smith. But listen, so the great grandfather brain bug, he says, we're gonna bomb Earth. And I'm pretty sure the other bugs is like, that's nuts. It's crazy. That will never happen. So he started testing, right? He tests. So that first test, the bug farts, a rock
Here,
flies
fart
out of
on
his
that
ass.
rock.
Yeah, the rock flies out of his ass, and it only hits 3 or 4 bugs sitting in front of him. Because the fart is not that strong. And then a generation goes by. Now, they have been
Bug Taco
training,
Bell.
they have been training their asses to fart hard enough to hit
That's
Earth.
why they attacked us. We gave them Taco Bell. We gave them the weapons.
Oh my God.
We gave them the weapons.
And they were like, well, think about it.
Harlan Bugs went to the bar one night and had a really bad bender and went to Taco Bell afterwards. The next morning was like,
The next morning, that's when the shit started.
they ate the fucking chalupa. They've been training their asses. Think about it. You got to do a whole lot of ass stretch to be able to fart hard enough to knock a rock all the way to Earth. So they're out here doing their 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 ass stretches, right? So finally,
They had that, and they had a big ass bottle with that magnesium sulfate.
oh fuck,
Magnesium
you.
citrate. Yep. That's exactly what
Citrate.
they
That's
did.
it. Yeah.
You're right, Angry.
Here's the other thing.
That's how they started. They did. They had all that meal, did those stretches, had that big ass bottle of citrate.
Here's the other thing, though.
Are we saying this movie could have been avoided with Metamucil?
Yes.
I'm saying they could have, if they had had a little bit more fiber. But here's the other
Just a
thing.
little fiber in their diet. We could have avoided the whole war.
How do you get plasma energy out of your ass? You think about it. They had to start with shit. Because I know them big ass bugs was just out there taking a dump, and the brain bug said, idea. We are going to get you guys to shoot plasma out of your ass. Can you imagine? You know how hot plasma is?
No, you know what?
What the
You know what that probably was? You know what it probably was?
What?
That was probably start of like a bug scat film.
Oh,
oh gosh,
2
gross.
bugs, 1 cup.
I was thinking
2
more
bugs, 1
like
cup. Yes, it.
2 bugs, 1 cup. Damn it.
I was thinking it's more likely just because we have monkeys on this planet that shit in their hands and throw it at people.
Oh,
Right,
It's
that
not
too.
unheard of.
You see,
But that's a hell
Well,
of a goal.
maybe
That's a hell of a
maybe
goal.
let's go with this one just one step further. Evolutionary wise, let's just say that the plasma that they're plasmaing out their plasma asses is natural. And this is simply their version of a biological weapon.
Oh,
Like
shit.
this is bioluminescence. This is what would happen if fireflies starts flying through Chernobyl.
Oh,
This is fireflies meet Chernobyl.
But
oh,
could you
There you
imagine
go.
what
Good way to break it down.
what would you have to eat to make that level of plasma?
But again, we are assuming that it's plasma, but let's just assume that it is bioluminescent organic matter that they're just forcibly ejecting through it. So let's say that cow farts are made up of 99% methane, which is highly explosive. In their atmosphere, let's just say their bioluminescent bug shit is highly
when they fart and shit and it passes through the atmosphere, it like sparks and then causes an explosion. It just boom. How? And then
in order to create the whole, we have to assign human traits to it. We're assuming that it eats some kind of food, it goes through a digestive system, and then it is excreting at the end.
Pretty much.
You don't know that, you know.
All right,
I'm going to
plenty of animals on this planet that shoot stuff out, you know, like skunks and stuff like that, you know.
But that's like a defense.
And squids with their ink.
Yeah, but like
spitting cobra is not necessarily defense. It's aggressive.
There's no other fucking like that bug only has one purpose in life, and that's to fart shit out of their ass. Like,
and you have the other bugs that
again, you're basing it on human.
They're flamethrowers. And their flames do literally nothing.
For all we know, I mean,
you're basing it on human life or life on this planet, not assuming we don't know what their ecology is. You know,
I mean, for all we know, those bugs could be like the version of like
Abrams
fireworks stand.
Yeah, that could literally be their version of a lightning bug.
Happy 4th of July, ass gas. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, that's
gas. Like, okay, we can we talk about Disney now? Can we talk about Disney?
Like you have the fire bugs, and we see that their lava, fire, napalm that they shoot doesn't affect their fellow bugs, which means it can't just be pure biological, doesn't affect metal, doesn't affect rock. However, human biological flesh instantly ignites.
Well, see, one of the bugs you saw where when they were spitting something out, that part of, I guess, their antenna or something was sparking.
Yeah, the flamethrower
so sparked, and so I guess whatever their blood or their gas, whatever like that, is flammable.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Dizzy. All right. First off, before we go to Dizzy, I want to talk about something I did. After the Big K fight, and they were in a room, and the thing was showing all the dead, and this is how dumb Denise Richards is. She said, there's almost no wounded. Bitch, you're in a room with wounded.
I love the entire fucking room so much.
She looks at the screen with all these dead people coming up, 359,000. She's like, there's almost no wounded. You are in a room with people screaming because they ain't got no arm or leg. Bitch, they're wounded, just simple.
And then the stupid simple-minded motherfucker Xander is like, well, bugs don't take prisoners. As you're literally looking around a whole goddamn room full of.
Honestly though, it is a really stupid Denise Richards line, and the simpletons line's just as bad. But again, let's call percentages here. 100,000 dead.
In 60 minutes.
That's 60 minutes. And then how many could have possibly been in that med bay? 500? Maybe. Maybe.
Let's just say 500. Let's just say 500.
The uniforms of most of those soldiers who are wounded, you'll see their fleet uniforms.
In other words, the bugs actually did fuck the fleet up. They did. They were like,
we saw it. We saw the fleet. We saw the fleet of ships explodes. Yeah. Those are the pilots and the rest of the aviators who weren't killed immediately when their fleets went down. So it means Denise Richards' line really does state that when it came to the infantry, there aren't very many wounded because they're all dead.
Yeah. I don't care how crazy you are or dedicated you are to getting your wounded comrades out of combat. It wasn't happening. The bugs weren't letting that happen.
Yeah,
they were shredding everybody. Yeah,
and you're meat. Yeah. You're not just an enemy. You're not an enemy that matters. You're not a civil nation. There is no Geneva. You are a simple piece of prey meat, and those are apex predators. And this is a war, though, too. And that's the thing is,
they didn't
an aggression. You nailed it.
Them apart. It wasn't like they were. It wasn't like they were chopping on a leg. It wasn't like they said, "Hey, this particular reporter tastes very crispy. I would like to have I would like to have half of him. No,
when they got to that outpost, when they were doing the mop up, so to speak, it was filled with dead bodies. There were all the dead were there. They didn't, the bugs didn't eat them. They just killed them and left.
And Gretchen, you absolutely nailed it. Like, we're trying to do human qualities to the bugs because that's what we do as people naturally. You can't do it. These aren't rational thinking because, again, we learn later that they're drones. The only thing that these bugs exist for is that they are a warrior caste in their society. So the same as fire ants protectors, they don't care if they live or die. They're going to sacrifice themselves to kill whatever is attacking their nest. And so you can't just simply say, oh, yeah, they don't take prisoners. No, it's not that they give a shit about that. They are literally apex predators that are defending what they believe is an attack on their nest against a superior by numbers, but obviously not by power and tactics. They are literally bitch slapping the entire mobile.
You see honeybees do that all the time with some larger hornets. They
gang up. Absolutely, Gretchen, you're 100% right.
Okay, so like I said, I've been avoiding this, but let's talk about Dizzy. Dizzy went from literally one line in a book to an entire human being.
And a line that was that they were dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Dizzy is the horniest for Johnny Rico of, like, I get horny. I understand horny. Everybody on this panel understands horny. Not to this level. She wanted to fuck him in high school. Why did y'all think that Paul Verhoeven said, you know, this one little character right here? First off, we'll make her a woman. Secondly, we'll make her a horny woman. So horny that she'll join the mobile infantry just to try to get laid. Why?
And then transfer to Johnny's unit.
Exactly.
Yes.
Listen.
And then was supposed to have been drafted to play ball overseas or whatnot.
Yeah, she decided she wanted
left that.
What's to go for Johnny? Fuck, like, why did she do this? What?
Go play ball, and then you've got your choice of men in the world.
Yes.
So I get it.
Go get rich and famous and pick what man you want. Pick 5 if you want.
You're gonna expand.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, you can make enough money to where you can have somebody and make them look like Johnny.
You could have exactly got enough fucking money. You could shape his fucking face any way you want to. Okay, so first off, Verhoeven takes the leap of making Dizzy a fully fleshed character. Number one. Number two, makes him a female. I
don't know that they specify in the book that Dizzy was male or female.
They don't actually say what Dizzy is, if male or female in the book.
They just said Dizzy.
Okay.
It's just Dizzy.
That's the mission. Dizzy bought it. That's it.
And that's exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like Dizzy bought it. Okay, so now Dizzy's a real person. And from high school until the pincers hit her, Dizzy wants Johnny.
So we got to assume that at this point, it's like 5 years that she's been trying hard.
That is
no. In the movie actually states that it's even earlier than that because Johnny makes an offhanded comment at the prom that that him and Dizzy have known each other their entire lives. And then Dizzy asks him, Johnny, why did we never hook up?
Because you're fucking weird, Dizzy. All right, listen. I like women, I do, but I'm not transferring to a mobile infantry unit for some ass. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry.
What makes it worse than this? Is that Dizzy is the star quarterback of their version of football.
Yes,
he is so good.
Arena
that
football.
She was being drafted out of high school. She is that good. Johnny became the all-star. Johnny became the all-star, her receiver and everything else like that. But Dizzy wasn't like that little tomboy that had that she's all that moment that became the prom queen or senior.
No,
Dizzy was a top-listed student in her school. Yes. Education-wise, she is a top-listed student. She is one of the smartest and arguably the most athletic in her school. She is pining for the boy that never saw her for anything more than her buddy on the field. It's the one
Johnny, she was just one of the guys.
Yes,
exactly.
The one person you want the most is the person that won't take the bait.
You at a certain point when he joins mobile infantry, and you have a chance to play fucking
Pro ball.
Pro ball. You don't. I want to go follow him. Like, I think Verhoeven was really trying to, because some of the women in this film.
I'm just saying that Carmen
is ugly.
And here's the thing too, is
so
like how
everybody real quick. Come here, you. Come here, you. This is my adopted son, Rodney.
What's up, man? What's up,
I
man?
love this idiot. He's a great guy. He is literally holding this up in the background, saying she is just devoted. No. Hang on. Before we let this happen, we're gonna let my almost 21-year-old son explain his idea of devotion.
And there's that shit. That ain't devotion.
Hold up.
That is not devotion. Fuck that. No, that is not devotion. No. Said devoted.
Devotion or obsession.
No, what that is what most
and deluded.
What that is what most men like to cry about is called the friend zone.
Yes.
And hold on.
Yes.
And to be brutally,
she got friend zoned.
And she made it out of it though. There's a chance for all of those ankles. Oh wait,
she didn't. She
made it out.
Well,
she made it out. She made it out. Thomas, she made it out friend zone for 20 minutes.
She made it out the friend zone for 20 minutes.
20 minutes. And then literally right before her ass is about to shuffle off this mortal coil, he fucking finally said, "I love you" to a corpse. She wasn't even allowed to hear the shit. Like, you have pined over this average, because Rico's average. He's average. You know, Casper Van Diem.
Movie Rico is absolutely average. Book Rico, I would give my spleen to beat Book Rico. Movie Rico,
I would say Book Rico. Just like he says, Book Rico is different than Movie Rico. Movie
Rico is mid at best. Absolutely. 100%.
Yes. Movie Rico,
Book Rico, I would give
right there. Maybe right there.
Book Rico is dropping drawers on women by choice. Snap. You snap. They all drop them.
And yes.
So Book Rico could have had Dizzy earlier on, and Dizzy, you know, could have just been one of his. He'd be like,
if the president of the Federation was a woman, Rico in the book could have had her.
Exactly. But
like Rico from the book is an isekai harem protagonist. He is good enough to have any and every, and chooses to have none because he is dedicated to his cause. He is an anime protagonist in that book.
His love affair is the military.
It really, and it's the service and the gratification he gets from it. Absolutely, 100%.
So in order for us to really talk about fucking Dizzy and Carmen, we have to talk about Rico. And let's just be fucking honest. I like Casper Van Diem. I haven't seen him in a whole lot of shit lately.
I haven't seen him in a whole lot of shit since then either.
The only thing I've ever seen him in is just Starship Troopers and the sequel.
Casper Van Diem is 90s sexy. But in this film, he's a little bit wayward. He's not really that. He's sexy man Forrest Gump in a war zone. That's what the fuck he is. He's sexy man Forrest Gump in a fucking war zone.
Even though I was only 23 at the time, he was still just to me a boy.
And nothing. Think about it. Nothing that happens to him is something that he went for. It just happened. The exception.
So here's one that I do. His athletic ability, the standing front flips, the shit that we see him do on the football field, we see him do in the training, and then in the war zones and everything. He is a god tier athlete. Like, in all honesty,
but he's Forrest Gump. He's Forrest Gump mentally.
Absolutely.
Just think about it. Because he's chasing him, he chased Carmen. Carmen was like, "I'm gonna be Fleet." Johnny's like, "I just want to be with Carmen." And Dizzy's like, "Well, I just want to be with Johnny." It's basically it's freeze tag. Will you take me? No. Well, I'll join mobile infantry. Well, will you have me? Fuck no, we're friends. Well, I'll join mobile infantry. It's like everybody is chasing. It's a pussy hunt with aliens. That's all this fucking comes down to. It's a pussy hunt with aliens.
And that's where the movie makes one critical mistake as a writer, that until Johnny actually decides to go and try and find Carmen when the Roger Young goes down, that's the first real decision that he made for himself.
Yeah.
You know, everything else up to that is just things like you said happening to him. One of the critical mistakes that writers and storytellers make is have a character that affects the story by their will. Don't just have things happen to them and they accidentally stumble from the beginning to the end.
And
that is a critical story writing mistake.
When I say stumble, I mean every fucking moment.
Saying stumble is almost, it doesn't do it credit. Like, he doesn't stumble into this shit. It hits him square in the fucking face. And
every time.
By accident every time.
It just so happens to be he's on the phone with his parents when the meteor with the ass gas hits Buenos Aires. It could have hit New York. It could have hit Melbourne. It could have hit London. It hit Buenos Aires, and his parents just so happened to be on the phone. Now,
it's a big difference. It's a big difference than saying this happened to me because I made a choice.
Yes,
and that is the effect. Or just I was there and this happened.
Yeah, absolutely. There was not one fucking time in this entire film that Johnny Rico made a choice. It was always, hey, that guy just got his head cut off by a goddamn flying bug. You're a sergeant, Rico, because you're standing next to me. Okay. Who's the guy that puts the bullet in Ratchet when Ratchet's about to get his ass eaten? Johnny Rico. Who gets promoted to fucking lieutenant? Johnny Rico. Who is it that finally finds the brain bug? Johnny Rico. Like, motherfucker.
Hey, and to point out, Johnny Rico didn't make the decision to shoot Ratchet. Ratchet had to say, you know what to do.
Yeah, Ratchet had to order him to do it.
But that's the thing. Where there's like 90 other fucking soldiers. Ratchet has said this shit to everybody. Everybody fights, nobody loses. I mean, nobody runs. If you run, I'll kill you myself. So you mean to tell me, because Johnny Rico just so happens to be standing, motherfucker, ask Dizzy to shoot you. Dizzy, you know what to do. Black guy, you know what to do. Somebody else could have shot this motherfucker. No, it just so happened to be the guy standing next to fucking Ratchet.
Well,
Johnny Rico is the fucking Forrest Gump of this fucking film.
But it's not just him though. It's not just him though, and this is one of the things that really bothered me about the movie. And again, this is one of those heavy-handed things the director took, and they took on this angle. Everybody in the military, with the exception of Neil Patrick Harris, because he's his friend, and because it's Neil Patrick Harris and he's a fucking cinema god, and Carmen, because she's a woman, so she literally can't do any wrong. She's a little reckless on the sticks. We need a crazy pilot. But aside from that, she can't do any wrong. She's literally perfect. Every other leader, soldier, with the exception of his teacher, which again, teachers are very special in that idea, are fucking idiots.
Yes.
And in the book, they all show a level of intelligence and maturity and grace and growth. Even the commander, who has a very small part in the movie of, we'll take 10 lashes then and move on with life.
Oh my God, the lashes part
in the book about that whole thing about what it takes to actually be a leader of men and what it takes not to break a person mentally and to be able to motivate them and to still push them and do the best that you can for them when it breaks your heart because you know you don't want to make the choice, that your hands are tied. And so you have to make that moral choice of what you want to make. And they gloss over all that. You're in the army, you're a fucking idiot. You're in the military, you don't get to have a brain.
Yeah,
you get to just react yourself.
But not in the book, not in the book.
Okay, you're okay. You're a woman in the military, you're okay. Oh, you're a teacher who was back in the military. Okay, we're going to give you at least one level, but you're going to be a complete hard-ass prick.
Yeah, we're gonna show.
We're going back to the Rico of the book again, because in the book he was a fleshed out, intelligent character who had strategy and team thinking and a sharp mind.
So much that we see Rico like this as this absolutely Ken doll. He's Kenough.
Rico in the movie is one of those kids. They just handed him a handful of bullets and said, "Go."
Yes.
That's exactly it. Yes.
No, I don't care that your helmet doesn't fit. Just go.
Hold on. Think about this for just a second. First off, the whipping scene, the 10 lashes. Again, Paul Verhoeven is anybody that wants to. Paul Verhoeven is woke.
So you know that
he had a black guy with a bull.
You know the black guy in that scene enjoyed that a little too.
Just a tad bit. I think you had a black guy with a bullwhip beat a very attractive white guy who was tied up with things in his mouth. Come on.
When it goes even further too. It goes even further too because the sergeant,
black guy enjoyed that.
The sergeant explicitly hands him the bite stick and says, "Son, bite onto this. It'll help. Trust me, I know." So you get that moment of understanding that, look, I've gone through this. You're strong enough to make it. But again, it's one of the things that the movie actually did calmly. That in the book is it's 100 lashings, and in the book,
in the book it's way worse.
10. In the movie, it's 10. In the book, it's 100 lashings. It takes them all day, and you literally have points of it where Johnny passes out but refuses to make a sound of pain because he feels it's his responsibility.
And this book,
one, I got a guy killed, so beat me.
Like, this one, they make him a bitch, and he goes, "Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I'm leaving.
I know it. This is a parody, and it's a satire of military stuff, and whatever. But I do got to compare it to one movie that's based on real events. While Casper Van Dien, Johnny Rico in the movie, is over here taking his lashings like a bitch, everybody remembered Denzel's face in Glory.
Yes.
Looking at like,
there it is.
Fuck you. Even though there was one tear that dropped, he just stood there like, you are not going to break me. You are not going to break. He had more heart than the Johnny Rico of this movie.
And again, it's watching this movie as the parody that it is and the satire it is, I can enjoy it. But then when I think about where this character, because I love Johnny Rico as a character, it literally pisses me off.
I tell you what, that Denzel tear is the most, that tear is literally the most famous fucking tear that has ever came out of an actor's eye.
Yeah, probably.
Because
that's probably the second most famous tear. The first famous one is from off of that the Native American.
Native American. Yeah.
I showed that movie to my college bound kiddo when they were 14 or 15, and immediately turned around and wrote an A+ paper on Robert Gouldshaw, and is now their favorite movie of all time. They watch it like all the time.
Glory is the shit. Okay.
Oh, I love it. Anyway, moving on.
I'm mad about the fact that Breckenridge got his brains blown out. Nobody got therapy. The black girl left. Johnny got his ass whooped. Yep. Breckenridge is just dead.
These privileged ass white kids got no PTSD. Not a one of them.
You literally see a guy that you were in basic with get a hole blown in his fucking head. Hey, you know what? We got to go to war. Like nobody
said for a second said maybe I need to kind of talk to somebody about this. This kind of the first time I've ever seen something like this.
Disney gets jabbed up a few times and killed, and then Harmon gets jabbed up a few times later in the movie. She's just walking out arm in arm like.
They do such a good job describing the grief process in the book. They do such a good job describing the personal trauma, the PTSD, the watching someone die will cause that. And in the movie, it's all like, "Oh, we ain't got time for this shit."
Exactly.
Yeah. Black girl, get rid of her because we don't need black people in this movie. Oh, wait, we do need a black guy because we're about to whip this guy. So grab the black guy to whip this guy.
He's the only one that came out of this motherfucker. The guy that did the whipping is the only black guy in this whole fucking film that came out with some sort of semblance. The black girl is traumatized. The other black girl is armless. The third black guy is fucking nuke waste. Like,
and the black girl that they bounced out of here was the one who wanted to be a politician. Yes. In the shower scene, she explicitly states that the reason she's doing this is so she can have a career in politics to make changes and be different. And that irony is the one that killed the person and was no longer allowed to oh, that's not subtle at all. Oh, you want to make a change in the world?
The irony of the other girl too. I'm joining because I want to have babies, and it's easier if you serve. And then boom, you ain't making no babies now, honey. And notice you were splattered on the wall.
Nobody ever asked Dizzy why the fuck she was there. She would have been like, Johnny's cock. I'm here for Johnny.
Actually, they did ask. They asked Dizzy.
They asked her,
Are you the girl that Johnny enlisted for? And she just smiles and plays coy because she knows she's not.
Like, no, you're not. Like, look here, Dizzy. Let's just be dead ass honest here. Okay, you are an uncharted water kind of character. you're not supposed to be here, okay? So if you said I'm here for Johnny's cock, it would have been perfectly okay.
Hey, Denise Richards' character Carmen sent Johnny a breakup text after she got with a dude that also did not exist in the book.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Hold on. You talking about Xander? Xander came into this fucking film as a cock block. He was a caca block
of course
for the whole. Like,
oh my
he's like
God, since the very first time you see him, he's cock blocking.
Are we just letting it go that Johnny Rico got a Dear John letter? Are we letting that go? Because I officially put the
irony of it is like
Dear Johnny Rico letter from now on.
It's a video letter in the future.
Because
she sent you a TikTok. She sent you a breakup on TikTok.
Getting Jody sucks, Thomas. Getting Jody sucks. Getting Jody by a fellow soldier sucks that much.
I still want to know.
It looks like it looks like she was like conducting like a tour of the ship and the galaxy as she's doing it.
Listen,
Jupiter. By the way, I don't want your nuts anymore. Okay, I have a new pair that I found on this.
I want to ask this question. We did cover this earlier, real quick. That how quickly she progressed to becoming a pilot of a starship. Xander was also a senior in high school. Why is he her commanding officer? Where the frick did he come from?
Hold on.
He went to pilot school 3 days before she did. He was already a senior assistant instructor.
Whole days. Not just 3 days, 3 whole days. He is literally 72 hours more trained than she is. 72 hours.
She gets Rico too. She gets promoted to fleet captain at the end of the movie.
Yeah, because literally
he's a white male that makes him better.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on. So Carmen, in a year or two, at the end of the movie, just like Johnny, is getting all these promotions and becomes fleet captain compared to what? Captain Kirk, who is one of the most famous captains in Starfleet history, that was the youngest captain, but still wasn't captain of the Enterprise till his early 30s.
Fucking Jean-Luc Picard had to do more fucking training. That motherfucker had before he got to the goddamn Enterprise. She's there because, oh shit, somebody died. And Xander died. And who the fuck else is going to fly this shit? Oh,
now I'm the captain.
It's like, well, nobody else knows how to fly, but I do. So
I'm
captain now.
Carmen should have looked at the camera. Yeah, exactly. Carmen should look at the camera and go, I'm the captain now.
I was just about to say that. She's the fucking Somali guy and goddamn Captain Phillips. I am the captain now.
Look at me. I am the captain.
I am the captain.
I haven't seen that one.
But here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Xander and Dizzy are supposed to be side love interests for Rico and Carmen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they both end up dead. Why did you even have them in the fucking film in the first place when they weren't in the damn book? Like, you could have had Xander could have got his ass mopped the fuck up when the Ticonderoga fight got blown the fuck up. Which, by the way, I did put in my notes. I said Tycon the fuck out of here. What did I do? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. Tycon blown the fuck up. That's exactly what I put in my notes. Because that ship did not make it didn't make it at all. Like, I understand some of the ship getting fucked up. That bitch broke in half, blew the fuck up. The captain got smashed. It was all kind like, goddamn. I understand you want to get her out the way to make this promotion thing look good, but fuck, could you at least leave some ship? There was nothing. That motherfucker Tycon the fuck out of here is what the fuck. Tycon not here no goddamn more. That's what the fuck happened. Like, Tycon the fuck on.
And it's one of those things, like, anybody that's been in or around the Navy or around the military knows that naming of a ship is super significant. It represents something more than what the ship itself does. And in the book, and I understand that you're not going to be able to get all the details of a book into a movie, and I acknowledge it. I'm completely okay with that. The fact that they had the Roger be the Roger, they had the Ticonda in the movie, again, are small details that I really truly appreciate. But then you get what those specific ships and vessels are named after, and then the irony and how they're very unceremoniously fucking mutilated in this movie, where you get the legendary titles in which those are named after in the book are treated with the respect. Like, if you have a ship like the name Enterprise, Bitch, you better make it the Enterprise.
If
it better hold that fucking title. If you have a Liberty.
If you have an Enterprise in Starship Troopers and that motherfucker goes out like the Ticonderoga, somebody would have found Paul Verhoeven and beat the brakes off his motherfucking ass. They'd have been like, this is for Captain Kirk.
Hey, can we point out the irony that in a show about space socialists, they fly a ship named Enterprise?
Oh my goodness.
I would also like to point out, though, if we continue going, and obviously this is something the director and everything wouldn't have known, but if you gave a civilization the ability that we've evolved past things like gender identity and race and things like that, we are more human than non. You can't tell me that there isn't a ship that's named Shippy McShipface in that armada somewhere, or the fuck around and find out. Like, you can't tell me there's not the USN fuck around or find out.
It's the
space
FAFO
right now.
The USS FAFO.
FAFO. Oh my goodness.
Exactly. You can't tell me that is not a ship in our future armadas.
I'm telling you
fuck
right
around and find out. It's the Earth's battle.
Wait till Gen Z's running the military.
Exactly. You can't tell me that's not coming.
Exactly. It's the USS FAFO.
This is the USS BFG. You know?
Exactly.
That ship,
big dick energy in space. You know that shit's
coming. Oh my god. That's the one that you the entire crew is made out of motherfuckers that didn't make it on other fucking ships. So they're all on the FAFO. It's like the captain. The captain's the one that
they're all named Kyle. Monster Energy is the only thing that's in their rations. Literally, it is fucking Marlboro Reds and
let's go.
Budweiser, big Budweiser fulls as far as the eye can see.
Motherfuckers on that ship are beating each other to fuck up, and they're talking
about
a
Confederate flag somehow hanging outside the ship on a pair of those big instead of truck nuts hanging behind it.
That's what I was just
and all that happens just from one dude. All that's just from one dude that said, "Look here, Bo, this is what I did. All right, see what I did. Right, I took side of the hook and see, because we didn't need that. That's side. We don't need that. We don't need that just yet. So I took that and I took it down to get painted."
You ain't gonna believe it. LS swapped it with a V8. I got a V8 up in this bitch.
And then we lifted it up, right? We
lifted it 4 inches.
Man. You don't know nothing about that here, son. You don't know nothing about that.
That shit.
We going space money. You ain't know about that shit.
That shit.
You tried that in a small galaxy.
Oh my god. That shit. Fucking break shit and try that in a small town every time it shows up and shit. It's like, god damn, I have to
try that shit in a small planet.
It's like, oh, here's your order.
Small galaxy.
You're going to the FAFO. What? I don't want to go to that ship. Everybody here is a criminal. Like, god damn it, it's the best ship there. It's got stars.
Thomas. Everybody in there's a criminal. I want you to think, what award do we give if you don't get in trouble? We give awards if you don't get in trouble in the fucking military. If they expected us to be good, they would not award us for doing so.
I have 4 of those motherfuckers. Good conduct medals for everybody. Yeah.
And let's call it what it is. You know, most of us don't earn our good conduct medals.
If you don't get in trouble in 3 years, you get one. Every 3 fucking years, you get one. All you got to do is not fuck up. That's it. You don't. Did you get stopped? Did you beat your wife? Did you smoke crack? Did you nothing? All you have to do is be a good person for
did you
3.
Punch your first sergeant in the face?
I know. Did you piss it? Did you piss in the battalion commander's car? Did you bang the battalion sergeant major's daughter in the barracks? Thank you. If you get caught, you can't get a.
That sounds like something specific.
Listen, but if you can sneak her out,
sounds like you're telling on yourself, ZFG.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying my racks got them.
Listen, I've got 4 years of them motherfuckers. I got all the paperwork and everything. It's like my 4th award. Not that I did. Whatever. Okay, so we talked about air support, or the lack thereof. We talked about the fact that 100,000 people died in 60 minutes. Then the new fleet commander says to fight the bug, we must understand the bug.
We must
understand it. It's like, I'm saying, what is there to, again, we are talking about cockroaches. Why are we like, we got to there's a, okay, I understand there's a brain bug. That's the big smart one. What in the fuck makes you think you want to understand these motherfuckers? Why is that? Why is the fleet commander's first? Because the first fleet commander was like, fuck them. We're going down there, blow everything up. And then they didn't blow everything up. So the new fleet commander comes in and is like, we're going to understand them. What's there to understand? They don't like arms and legs. Let's just call it spade a spade.
I guess you.
The bugs do not like arms and legs because they put a lot of them.
Hey, you go and you training for a fight. What's the best way to do? You got to study your opponent. How you? That motherfucker kicked my ass. He kicked my ass. I got to figure out how to kick his.
I got a friend. I got a friend right now with a nub. His ass. He ain't got shit from the shoulder down.
So we've finally gotten here, and I've held my tongue this entire time. I haven't made a single mustache comment yet.
Oh,
bitch, it's coming now. I can't stop it.
Oh,
to understand the enemy, to beat the enemy, we must understand them, is a quote that has come out between World War I and World War II. And it is attributed to perhaps what might be referred to as the most famous little mustache man ever in the history of the fucking world.
Angry mustache model. Yeah. Go look up the history of everything on YouTube.
Angry mustache man who may or may not have had a friend about yay tall, who looks like this. He made that quote, and before he started what was commonly referred to as the Nationalist Socialist Party. We in America may better refer to them as Nazis. Now, I'm not trying to get my boy demonetized here, but I'll give you a clue. They were the bad guys from World War II.
God. And I was just about to say that. This is where I know Paul Verhoeven is he's damn near a communist. He has to be. Because he looked at the book and said, oh, so this is what you want. Okay, I got you. And
let's go to the uniforms, because we're just, if we're going to do this,
I was just about to say that.
Look at that. When
all the ranks and everything on the symbols, man, that looks like a pair of lightning bolts on each of their fucking lapels. Two lightning bolts. Shit, I wish I knew anybody who was an electrician during World War II.
So, that's interesting.
Hold on.
And then what was I noticed something was that Neil Patrick Harris is
hold on. Let's first talk about what he looked like in high school versus what he looks like the first time you see him in uniform.
The dark circles under his eyes.
That motherfucker looks like he looks like a fucking zombie.
Straight out of the Gestapo. Straight out of the Gestapo.
Straight up, I have been taking Adderall, methamphetamine, and crack cocaine, bitch. And
he's been in the brainwashing machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is.
In the room with the loud noises and the flashing lights. That's what they're doing. They're breaking him down and turning him into a robot because his skills are important to them.
He comes in with what can only be described as winter Nazi regalia. And
I was
like, yo, Paul, what the fuck are you trying to say without saying it? Because
the very first time I saw it and I saw the uniforms and I looked and I said, I
said, Paul, again, this is why I think Paul Verhoeven is a communist. He absolutely has to be, because I get it. You wanted to show the horrors of war, but
you didn't.
You didn't.
It kind of. You missed it by. You missed it by
like
that much.
Because, and then think about it, all the people of color kind of died.
Except for I can't remember his name, except for the guy that goes on to play the preacher in Walking Dead.
Yes, but no, he dies too.
He died.
Did he die? I don't remember him dying.
Yeah, he was the nuke guy. He was the guy that held the tactical nuke.
He had the Billy death. He had the
Who am I thinking of when they're at the end, like doing the propaganda, like you can be just like this person and that person? Was it the Latino guy, maybe?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Because it's like the fucking guy, the black guy that they meet when they get to Roughnecks, he had the Billy death. Like, like he could have survived. He only got wounded in the leg, but he's like, What are you trying to do? Give me this. Like, he wants the nuke so that he can, I don't know, seal the hole.
Hey, I sent you all that meme. I sent you all that meme. Y'all saw
hold on.
There's a level of self-sacrificing bravado that I know most men would like. If you had a chance, like Angry Thomas, let's go with a vote here. If you had a chance to go out sword in hand against an unstoppable army as an absolute fucking badass, would you take that shot? Hell, Gretchen, would you do it? Let's get a woman's opinion. Absolutely.
Yes.
IT, would you do it, Nerdy? Thomas?
Look, if I didn't have a chance to escape,
absolutely.
If I had to go out in blaze of glory, I'd go, hey,
I'm not going to sit here. I'm not just going to sit down and take it. I'm going to take 2 or 3 big shots. I'm going to take my sword off the wall and I'm going to run out in the fucking street.
Fuck yeah. And that idea, that philosophy, that is what's referred to as toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Not. Yeah. Except it's not. It's that I know that if I can't make it, I'm going to do everything in my fucking power right up to my last breath to try to ensure the survival of anybody else I can. And I don't think a thing that could be less toxic.
I would say that's a human thing. That's a human thing, though.
And that's
not necessarily. It's not necessarily toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
That's us as a species. Like,
But
this is the end. Let's stand together. Like, you want to unite the world together. Aliens need to come down here and start fucking shit up immediately.
Yeah.
The only way I want to see them fucking aliens is the same way I've described the way I want to see humanity end. I want fucking 60-foot slugs with shrimp forks.
You all saw the Senate committee meeting, right?
What?
You all saw the Senate committee meeting?
Which one?
The alien one. The
U.S. government admits that aliens are real. That landed here. We have biologicals.
I don't care unless they're coming down here to eat 2/3 of the population of this.
Unless they're lowering my credit score, I don't really give a fuck. Or if they're declaring war.
Unless
you got to address the elephant in the room.
Taking care of my student loans, I don't give 2 shits.
You got to address the elephant in the room, though. I'm sorry. Not one alien species that has the technological prowess to traverse the vast distances of space just to get here in the first place is going to crash in fucking America and let themselves be guys. They could obliterate us from orbit if they wanted to.
I think that actually says something, though. I think that actually says something, Gretchen, because if you are that technologically super advanced species, that means that you've probably moved past the idea of self-harm. So if you've got to the point where your depression is too much, come to America. Don't kill yourself on accident. We will.
Yeah.
But it still goes back to
death by suicide. It's death by cop.
It still goes back to something that Data said. It still goes back to something Data said in a Star Trek Next Gen episode when he was trying to remove some humans from a planet that an alien species had claimed. And they're like, well, we're just going to fight back. And Data was like, no, they will obliterate you from orbit and you will never have seen the faces of your attackers.
Which is why I have such a fucking problem with this goddamn film, because none of it makes any fucking sense. Ratchek's Roughnecks should not fucking exist. Ratchek's Roughnecks should be the guys that go through after, because any sensible, you ain't even got to have military experience. Any sensible motherfucker is going to look at this planet and go, it is covered in cockroaches. Okay, so
Ratchek's Roughnecks are militarized garbage.
Hold on, wait.
They should only be cleaning up the mess.
Rather than me sending out a bunch of people to get turned into chum, why don't I, with this large ass fleet of ships, bomb this bitch back into the Stone Age? I'm not taking now. If Ratchek's Roughnecks are going down, they're going. It's what the military jokes about. When the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Marines, Coast, when we joke with each other, these are some of the jokes that we say. We send the Marines in to kill everything. They don't. When they're done, one rock is not touching another one, and then we pull them back because they are the manacled, crazy, crack addicted pit bull. We pull them back. Come on, boy, come on, and then we send the Army in. Now, what we do is, if there's anything else left, we'll shoot it. But then, whatever, if there's some people hanging around chilling, we go, hey, how you doing? How you doing? We're the Army. We're the talkative ones. Now, we got shit, and we can fuck you up. But
please don't make me fuck
make
the
us
world up.
like
Please, I am here to help you.
That is us. We're like, please, you've seen who we brought with us, right?
You see what we can do.
Like the Marines are over there literally eating sand. You see them, right? You saw what they did. Your entire village is on fire, and every cat ain't got a tail. That was them. See, what we're here to do is negotiate and maybe get some information from you. Now, if you do not like our negotiating tactics, we can shoot you, or we can send the guys over there that are eating rocks now. You want them back? We can send them back. And then people go, wait a minute, we will negotiate with you. Please do not send those motherfuckers back here. Now, if we get some motherfuckers that got balls, fuck your negotiation. You send them motherfuckers back. Okay. Okay. Now,
George Lopez's words, being a Marine, send them across the border.
Exactly. We'll go, hey, now we can shoot you. We're going to be merciful about it because we're going to shoot you in the face. Those guys, on the other hand,
they're going to shoot you in the leg and then drag your corpse away.
Exactly. They're going to shoot you in the balls. And then what they're going to do is drag you for 40 miles and shooting you in different body parts so that you bleed out slowly. So please negotiate with us because they don't like you. And then you see the Marines in the background going, somebody say,
again to quote Full Metal Jacket. To quote Full Metal Jacket again, our commanders are proud to see us growing beyond their control.
Yes. That's
so one of the greatest quotes ever to describe the U.S. military is, in every other military in the world, if you shoot an officer, the SOP is to bunker down and stand down until you get reinforcement from higher headquarters. The United States military's SOP is, if you shoot our officer, we are going to lay waste to everything in the grid square and probably the next 3 surrounding grid squares. Our officers aren't there to lead us. Our officers are there to restrain us, to make sure that we don't break.
That's one of the reasons they love NCOs in the military, because
you give an NCO like me, you take my officer out of a firefight, and you give me full control of my platoon.
Everybody
has a firefight again. There's not going to be anything down to the microscopic level.
Why do you think John 117 was a Master Chief?
Was a Master Chief.
He was not a lieutenant or anything.
There was a reason that he was a chief.
NCO, and he laid waste to everything he did in every game.
And that's the thing. That's what it's one of the jokes. It's a joke. The Army will make fun of the Navy, but we understand there's water and there's land. So we are necessary. The Air Force is our baby. We said, hey, we don't like just the land. Go to the sky. And the Air Force said, okay, we'll go to the sky. The Navy,
although the Navy still has the best pilots.
The fucking Navy said, you know what? They're having too much fun on that land. We want to have some fun on the land. I know what we'll do. We'll create the Marines. And in a bar, and I don't know where the bar is, the United
Tavern, Boston, New York.
The goddamn United States Marine Corps was formed in a bar. I want you to truly understand.
On a napkin.
On a fucking napkin. So think about this for just a second. We were formed because we wanted freedom. The Navy was formed because there was water with that freedom. The Air Force was formed because we like the sky. The Marines were formed with drunk.
Because we were drunk.
We were drunk. Somebody in their fucking twisted ass mind said, now imagine the Army on the water. I know, we'll call them Marines. You don't have, and the thing is, even those crazy motherfuckers would not go in. The Marines would look at us and go, we ain't getting no air support? What's up on that air support?
How about this though? The Navy is the king of one-upping itself. They create the Marines. They're like, we can put these guys in little boats and drop them on beaches and they'll just fuck shit up. And then there's other guys like, hey, what if we had some guys that were just as crazy that could swim to shore?
The SEALs.
Yeah. Hey, you know what would be cool?
The United States military does shit like, check this out. That is the United States Marine, the United States military's mentality. Check this out. They go, what about Navy guys that can swim and murder everything? The SEALs. Army says,
and no one knows that they were there until they're gone.
Exactly. The Army says, hey, the Navy got some guys that can swim and kill a bunch of shit. That looks cool.
The Navy was like, you know what we need to do?
Ours? We'll call ours Rangers. And these motherfuckers are like, we say, check this out, and we just invent shit. So
there is nothing more American than the Navy saying, you know what we need to do? We need to reinvent the motherfucking ninja and give them guns and some flippers.
And
No. There's nothing more American than the Navy saying, oh, my guns can't reach the beaches at D-Day, so I'm going to flood half of my ship to change the angle of my guns beyond their maximum range so I can shoot 50 miles further than what my guns should be capable of shooting. You flood a ship to fucking send Nazis to hell? That is the single most American thing.
Oh, of course, we all know that Tony Stark is a personification of the U.S. military. He's the walking personification of it. Like, let's make Captain America. That's a big explosion. Oh yeah, well, I can do a bigger one.
Yeah, Captain America is what we wish we could be if the world allowed us to play by the rules and we never had to be excessive. Captain America is what we wish we could be, the world's police officer, and to be the golden boy. Tony Stark is who the fuck we actually are. Like, go ahead, cross that line. And the Tony Stark line from Avengers. Look, we may not win a first fight. We may get sucker punched. But you better believe we're going to make you fucking pay for every
exactly. It's like, if we can't save the world, we'll be damn sure.
Goddamn sure we're
going to avenge it.
And that, I think it. But even with the mentality that both Zero Fox and myself have, knowing how the military operates, with Gretchen, you know, your father was in the military, so you understand it. No fucking person in the United States military would have jumped on the chance to be the first person on a rock filled with cockroaches. Somebody,
my nephew's a U.S. Marine. He's an active U.S. Marine. So,
look here, my dad was U.S. Air Force, and I tell you right now, he would have said hell no.
Oh, like you got to, and
so exactly
everything that happens after the attack on K. On Planet K or whatever, K-Bug, whatever the fuck. It seems fucking asinine because they're still going through the same tactics. I don't give a fuck if you want to understand them bugs. You know how you understand them? Watch them blow up. I will understand them flying over them.
And it pisses me off because in the next battle, we see that we have air support assets there. They go through, they fly their fighter jet formation through, they
napalm everything
shit out of everybody, and then there's like 4 bugs left that they're able to fight in the flying bugs, and then they realize it was all a trap and they were hiding underground and yada yada yada. But we see that they had the assets there already. It wasn't like they're like, oh, we need to wait 6 weeks so we can get our air assets here because we didn't think we were going to need them. It's like, bitch, you had them.
They're already there.
The bugs have air support before the fucking mobile infantry. The bugs said, hey, you know what would be cool? Smashing shit in the sky. How the fuck did the bugs have more fucking air support and the goddamn mobile infantry didn't? This is, again, everything after Planet K doesn't make any sense because you didn't learn anything. You're not understanding the bugs. You're doing the same stupid shit, but now there's a black woman in charge. What the fuck kind of dumb shit? Listen.
But I do love the thing that Rico keeps saying and that they keep reiterating over and over again. Hey, are you going to be in charge until I die or you find somebody better? That humility that they show within the leadership and everything, that is one thing that I do think the movie actually does do well, is that every single one of those soldiers understand now at a fundamental level, existential crisis is done. It no longer exists. They understand that not only are they replaceable, that they're going to need to be replaceable. They need to understand that they are not Superman. They are not probably going to live through this. They're going to
now all understand their mortality. They all understand they could die at any moment. The understanding
of the mortality of this one is something I can give this movie credit for.
Okay, but here's the thing. We're talking about Johnny, I'm lucky Rico. Johnny Rico could fuck around and end up being fleet commander. And you know how he could do it? by simply being in the right place.
Right place at the right time.
Right there, yeah, exactly.
Honestly, his best friend in Neil Patrick Harris is going to come on a mission with him, expecting Johnny to keep him alive because he's now the general of the mobile infantry, and he's going to get smoked, and it's going to make him the fleet commander.
Yes.
Johnny Rico of the movie's best asset is his plain dumb luck.
There's a difference between plot armor, though, and sweet baby Jesus.
That motherfucker has Kryptonian armor. He's the sort of motherfucker, and I'm not making this up. Johnny Rico's the sort of motherfucker that they would pick to be vice president of the United States simply because he was in the room. They said, hey, he's going to run everything, but we need a face. We need, yo, come here. Yo, what's your name?
Yeah, it goes back to your Forrest Gump comment. He just has to accidentally happen to be in a room with everybody all the time.
The thing is, and not only that he would be in right place, right time to be vice president, but then all of a sudden, as soon as he be picked as vice president, and he'd be bumped up as president just as soon as he's elected a vice president.
The fucking president, you know what would happen to the president? The president would fucking die because he didn't realize he was fucking allergic to crab cakes.
He'd fall down the fuck,
and it would happen
and fall down the stairs.
Yeah, he choked on a biscuit at the breakfast table.
He would be the sort of motherfucker that at the fucking inaugural ball slips, falls, breaks his neck. Johnny Rico's now president of the goddamn United States while cutting a cake. That I don't care.
Would his son bring cocaine to the White House though?
And all on election night. Right after election.
Right. What about Johnny Rico's laptop?
Oh my God.
Johnny's laptop.
Johnny's laptop.
We got a Johnny laptop. Okay, we got to wrap this shit the fuck up. All right, so get to the base, and
let's just skip to this one, man. Let's call it what it is. This movie is a brilliant satire of bullshit. Anybody that's ever served in or around the military or has a single family member who has ever served will be insulted by the way they represent us.
They should have been.
But let's just be thankful and call it what it is. This is the kind of world we would have had Kennedy not got smoked. We would have had the kind of technology had Kennedy not got smoked.
Look, the only way this movie would ever truly end, would be off of Bug Brain OnlyFans.
Oh my God. You know what? We need to start
brain from the bug brain.
No, we need a fucking Starship Troopers fucking sequel from the Bug's point of view. I just want to get that one dumb.
We already did that one. It was called Predator.
No. Nope. No.
That's the final evolution.
We have to have one where there's just a dumb, lucky bug. He's just dumb and just lucky. He ain't got a
Jim
name.
Bob.
The Jim Bob.
Jim Bob the bug.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Disney and Pixar already beat us here, and it's the Bug Life. And because we know that happens in a post-apocalyptic world, that happens post-Wall-E. Like we already got that with Disney and Pixar.
So we know that Ratchet dies, and here's the thing. That could have ended that film after Ratchet died and fucking Rico got promoted.
Rico's Roughnecks.
We didn't need, like, you could have found the bug brain right after that. We had to have Disney's funeral, which, by the way, Rico is an asshole. Okay, you fucked her for 20 minutes, or you fucked her for 5 and then just felt her up for 20 minutes or 15 minutes.
Hey, you have to cuddle. I get told that by my wife.
Not that cuddling. Not that. But here's the thing. So he dies, and even at the
Cuddling
fucking
after sex.
he couldn't just say I loved Dizzy. He had to say Dizzy was my friend. Dog, she has chased you since y'all were children. She forgoed a lucrative sports contract to come be near you. You get a Dear Johnny letter or Dear Johnny video.
Dear Johnny Rico.
She finally gets some Rico. She finally gets the Rico cock she has chased all this time. And
she finally gets that 3-6 flip.
Yeah, and then literally the next day she gets pincers in her tits. She
On a
is
360
eating
no
the-
scope off that bug.
Oh my God. And then she finally gets pincers in her tits. She tells you she loves you. Blood is pouring out of her mouth. She has done all this for you.
And this is where I said that they must have one hellified ab routine, because after they pull that pincer out,
she
blood
lives.
everywhere. She's still alive.
How do you?
The way that could happen, the only way that could happen is if she did abs that morning.
That was the greatest ab. She gets pincers through her.
There would have been anime geysers of blood spraying out of those holes.
Yes. Like,
I mean, you've seen Ninja Scroll, right? Chop a head off. And,
yes.
Honestly, I think this is actually where the book and the movie have something in common. And Dizzy died. And then like, they're all like, what the fuck do we do now?
That's the thing. Rico is still a dick. This woman did all this. And the best you can possibly say at her fucking funeral is, Dizzy
was almost as good as
that. Dizzy was my friend.
Dizzy was my
and somebody
friend.
told me. He said, and somebody told me that a citizen does everything for the. No, man, come on,
like,
come on.
What the fuck? What kind? Like,
he didn't even address the fact that she's only the second woman that's ever given him any.
He didn't.
He did get some on prom night. He
Hold
did
on,
get some on prom night.
Think about this. Fucking Spock died, and Kirk got verklempt. Of all of he got verklempt. Johnny has fucked this woman the night before, and the best he could come out.
Don't tell me that Kirk didn't fuck Spock before he died.
I don't think he fucked him. I think he fucked him, but I do think
hey.
I melded.
Nope.
They didn't mind meld?
Hey, look at hey.
They mind melded. There was mutual masturbation.
There will be no.
They might have had a circle jerk.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they might have.
Through the Enterprise were close.
No, they do the little this thing. They do this.
Yeah.
That's how they do.
They were live longing and prospering.
Yeah,
they were live longing and prospering. All right.
So
longing is correct. Anyway,
Johnny gets promoted. He does it. Dizzy did all of this for him, and he couldn't even muster a fucking tear. You raggedy son of a bitch! She gave you us.
She gave you her 15 best minutes.
The whole, like, literally, you gotta think she's been planning this shit since y'all were toddlers. And
you know she slobbed his knob.
She literally,
you know she took
absolutely.
And the very best you can say about her is she's your friend. You son of a bitch.
Even if they never got together growing up, I would guarantee that because they were friends their whole life, they at least once or twice played. You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
At least once.
Yes.
At least.
No. This is a civilization that's moved beyond this. Again, Joe had showers. When she walks in, Johnny doesn't even acknowledge her titties. That
doesn't even bat an eye.
Right, but I'm speaking metaphorically. Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Yeah, but
I get that metaphor.
Like it is so normal to see Dizzy's titties that he's not in a dizzy over Dizzy's titties.
Believe it or not, you've got a world where women can walk around showing their stuff, and guys aren't doing things and blaming the women because they couldn't control themselves.
Wait a minute. Wait.
But I'm just saying is that at this point, because they've been balling, they've been playing balls for so many years in school.
He's seen her in the shower.
They've showered together.
Yeah, probably not. It probably isn't.
Well, we're like every other species on the planet now. I mean, do naked boy dogs and girl dogs walk around? And naked boy dogs like, dang, she always walk around with no clothes on, man.
I'm sorry.
Always walk around with no clothes on. No, they just sniff each other's ass and go about their day.
At least once.
We should get to that.
You walk your ass up into a fucking shower with me after I know you've been pining for my ass since we was kids. I'm gonna get rigid. Sorry. It's gonna get a little
just a little bit just
yeah, like
hey.
Like, hey, Dizzy's in the room. Oh, wow. I mean, me personally,
she would know right away.
You goddamn
yes.
Hey,
is he into me or not? Oh, I think he might be.
Like, hey, Dizzy, how you doing? Like, right in front of
me right now.
Hey, Dizzy. So what are you doing after the game? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Dizzy, how you doing? Like, something.
hey, this. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
oh,
like
wait a minute. Hold up.
Don't get too close, you'll get pregnant. Like, hey, Dizzy. So what are we doing after the game? Oh, well, okay, see you later, Dizzy. Like, nothing. This motherfucker, you mean to tell me? I don't give a fuck how advanced this civilization is. Unless you, and I get it, Carmen doesn't look better. I'm sorry. No. But once, hey, Dizzy, how you doing? Hey. So, hey, good game, Dizzy. That was great. What are we doing after the game? Hey, Dizzy, stay over there, Dizzy. Dizzy, hey, Dizzy. I'm putting an arm or something.
Well, maybe Johnny's just acknowledging that it's book Dizzy and that she actually served no purpose. And so his dick is reacting as such. You're not a real person. You're a figment of my imagination.
You're telling me that at least a handful of other men in the shower didn't walk into a wall by accident and ended up in med bay?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like these guys are walking
like, oh, I can't look.
These guys are walking into walls, walking into walls with naked women all around them and breaking their nose. Like that is just scientifically impossible. That is not going to happen. If you are walking into a wall and breaking your nose around a bunch of naked women showering, you have moved to a level of our civilization that I do not want to be a part of.
I wasn't talking about their noses, though.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't talking about their noses.
You got
That's my point, though, is if they're breaking their nose and not something else, you've got to a civilization that I don't want to be a part of.
Got it. We're on the same football team. I am the center. You pull the ball from underneath me. Okay, great. I don't serve any other purpose other than to block for you. Okay, great. We win the game.
You rub my nuts every time you grab that ball?
If you bring your motherfucking ass into that shower with me, hey man, good game. It's good game. You're not going to be able to talk to me until we're outside shower. I'm sorry.
So that water is 37 degrees.
It's got to be the coldest fucking showers since Arctic jumping. Because there's no, listen.
Ice cubes coming out the fucking fountains.
Gretchen, I love you to death. I love you to fucking death. Please understand this. I love the fuck out of you. But there's no fucking way we're getting in the damn shower together. And I'm not going to go, hey, Gretchen, Gretchen, what's going on? Hey, oh, shit. Gretchen, that was a great show. Whoa, Gretchen, I'm washed. So I'll see you later. It would not be it would be.
I just like to point out that I'm hurt that you called her out and not me out. I would just like to say that I'm hurt and that you called her and not me. I am insulted right now.
All I would like to say is that thank God for estrogen that I don't have these problems anymore.
I do.
You've all just reconvinced me how wonderful it is to not be a man anymore.
So Dizzy died. I'm going back to this because I'm just offended. Dizzy dies and
Angry's dying over there.
I'm almost dying. I'm almost dead.
Angry is over there just like, I cannot believe these motherfuckers are talking like
Hey, don't you angry. No one is allowed to die today and pull an MI, lose quarter of our
No,
yeah, there's no buying the farm here.
Oh, you are a whole for life, motherfucker. Fuck out of here with that. All right, so they go back to P, where they're gonna find the brain bug. And here is where I know Paul Verhoeven was not either the writers or Paul Verhoeven was thinking with their Johnson. This is what, because that brain bug, I told y'all in the group chat. I said this in the group chat. I can't look at it.
I would say this is a very similar theme in what we've seen before. You know, you've got the Predator, even Danny Glover or somebody to go on to say pussy face. And then look, the alien from the Aliens franchises has been admitted to Geiger being created some kind of like pseudo-sexual thoughts in his head because of the mouth thing that extends out and all the weird the pregnating through your mouth hole and just, you know.
Verhoeven saw that and was like, watch this.
Say, look,
hold my beer.
I can one up that.
He was like, hold my motherfucking beer.
I'm going to make a bus size interactive pocket pussy.
And
I'm going to have it.
It's a crawling fleshlight.
This is what I'm going to do.
Hold on.
See, this is what I'm making different. See, I'm not going to have a look just like that. See, I put eyes around it.
And
Make it look like an alien.
It sucks your
brains.
Are we not
Sucks your brains.
entirely convinced that
Gives
wasn't the minute?
it
That
gives
wasn't
you
just
a
a scene where they used the miniatures like Star Wars. So that wasn't his personal one that he just threw some little googly eyes on and went, "Hey, we're gonna save money on the CG budget. Just use this as the brain bug." Sir, that was your flesh. I'm aware, but I put googly eyes on it. Nobody will see the difference.
Well, and let's not ignore the fact that we live in a world where you can order custom fleshlights now after famous porn stars and stuff like that. So
yeah, but this was almost 30 years ago. So
almost 30 years ago.
Popular then.
So I mean, 30 years ago, I mean, you didn't have the custom ones. I mean, you still had them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You still had them. You just didn't have custom ones. But I bet now that if you would Google brain bug fleshlight, which you all are going to do, this is
right up now.
As soon as the show ends, I'm going, hey, flashlight.
Listen,
I do want to know. I do want to know what the
fascination.
I do want to know what the fascination with worms, though, is. I don't know if any of you guys, you might have seen it way back in the 80s. There's a movie called like Planet of Horror or something.
Yes.
Where like all your fears came to life, and that one woman was essayed by a giant worm. It's a traumatic scene. I can never watch it again just because I don't like that kind of stuff. But I mean, what's up with worms? And I got to go to Tokyo and be like, y'all, tentacles, talk to me. I got to know what's coming. I don't understand.
I understand why Verhoeven did what he did. I get it. But if he was trying to keep up with anime, you have no chance. I have seen I have seen some shit in anime that literally I am an atheist and almost wanted to go to church to bless my.
If you've seen Legend of the Overfiend, then you know trauma's not a thing anymore.
Fuck that. Watch.
Okay. I need all of you to look me in the eyeballs. Just stop. All of you look me in the eyeballs and try to keep a straight face. Bad Dragon. Yeah, exactly.
I actually don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
So I would like you all just to right now grab your cell phone that I know you was sitting next to you.
Oh no.
And Google Bad Dragon for me.
If I have nightmares, I'm blaming.
Oh my God. I know I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this. I'm on my computer. I'm going to regret this. I know I'm going to regret this.
I'm going to regret this. Stop it. Stop. Oh, you. Fuck you, man. Oh, you.
Any shape, any size, any variety, any fancy.
I'd like to point out that on TikTok. I'd like to point out that on TikTok, if any of you guys have ever followed Jordan the Grey Witch, she did a whole series of videos after the alien confession about why are you all out here wanting to bump uglies with aliens, and people are responding in her comments like the uglier the better. Like,
hey,
I will be dead ass honest with you.
Captain Kirk ain't had no problem slinging it to anybody in the galaxy.
But a green woman is not the same thing as a bug.
Hey,
wait
your text messages.
Wait a minute.
Hey, Captain Kirk, he didn't care. Kirk slinging to any and everything.
Captain Kirk is literally the layout king. Kirk hit some shit that we probably don't even know about. Kirk was there. Kirk was always stop.
I would like.
Well, that's because Kirk was in love with the Enterprise, so he didn't care, and the Enterprise couldn't call him out on his cheating ass.
Did you get my text message?
Yes, I got your text message.
Yes.
I'm on my bitch.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, wait a minute.
Look, you know what's funny? All right, so there was one time I was doing a live with Joker and Dave the Viking. He popped in and got on the subject of my 3D printer. And Dave made the comment and like he couldn't have one because Dave said he couldn't have one. He couldn't have one because having something like that and having the power of something like that in his hands, he do make dildos
That's what I'm saying.
He made dildos with famous people faces on it. I told her, I said, look here, man, that shit's already out there.
I knew this episode was going to go to dark and strange places. I just knew it.
Listen,
I knew it.
Gretchen looked at that damn text message and was like, I can't right now.
I was expecting far more Holocaust jokes and far less
because here's the thing about that. I refuse to do those. I refuse. There's certain places I'm just not going. I'm
already headed to hell.
You on your own with that one, homie. But okay, so the brain. Verhoeven.
When you get brain from the brain, you know you're getting the best brain. Because that is a hive mind of sucking.
But here's the problem I have with the brain. Okay, so we see that the brain bug sucks brains out. Why didn't he take the eyeballs? Xander's whole head got sucked, and this motherfucker's eyes was like back in the back. Why didn't this fucking thing suck his eyeballs out?
Because name a girl who knows what she's doing that puts the balls in her mouth while she's doing the job of the suck she's supposed to. That is a separate task, and you know it. You focus on what you're supposed to, and then you handle the circular objects. That is a separate task, and you know it. You don't judge that brain for its sucking ability. You accept it, and you thank it for doing its job.
I'd have to switch this shit over to Twitch from now on. God.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is wild and a motherfucker.
And you say thank you when she's done. Or he's done, not judging.
Okay. That sounds like the thing in
hey, we're evolved here. Or when they're done.
When they're done. When they're done.
When they're done, yes.
Subject.
When they're done, because anyway. All right, so Rico feels where the fuck Carmen is, which again, Neil Patrick Harris supposedly told him all of this, but
the power of pussy, my friend.
Thank you.
See, the way that they, from what I gathered, how they explain it is that Neil Patrick Harris was able to kind of telepathically imprint images and things onto him.
But he even told him, he's like, don't ever do that to me, and he did it anyway. Like, motherfucker.
Well, see, he started
he got
out doing
ferreted.
It.
He got ferreted. At the end of the movie, he got ferreted.
The thing is, he got ferreted before the ferret got ferreted.
He did. He's like, I hope you never do that to me. And he does nothing about it.
No, he already did it beforehand. He already did that shit beforehand when he was saying, like, well,
that's fair.
I don't see anything. I see.
What was
Ace
Neil Patrick Harris doing with that ferret when no one was paying attention?
Ouch.
Inquiring minds.
Well, see.
I mean, hey.
You see, he had
the lonely night.
You see that ferret had
y'all ever been bitten by a rodent before?
An elaborate system
on
of
your
tunnels.
hand?
No.
I'm just saying that South Park has a certain gerbil character who is now legendary.
Yes.
I'm not playing. No. If you don't,
I saw that episode.
Listen, if you don't have the power of speech, I ain't got the power of giving you anything. I'm good. Like I saw that video where the guy was sticking his fingers in the cow mouth, and all I said was, "Can we let the women lead now, please? Can we just let them lead? Men we can't do it. We're not allowed to have the power.
We can't be trusted with the power any longer."
He had his fingers in this cow's mouth, and the guy said, "Imagine how it feel on your cock." We're done. Women can leave.
The matriarchy cannot come soon enough. Jesus Christ.
Women can leave. I was like, I'm done. I'll let them. I will follow you to the bathroom. I don't give a fuck. After that, I was like, I'm done. No. And I know how men are. That's why if the alien showed up, I'd give it 2 weeks. I give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That first week is, hi, we're friendly. We're not going to kill you. That second week, somebody's going to try to hit. Somebody is going to try to hit.
You give me a week with an alien. Day one, I'm introducing them to bourbon. Day one, I'm introducing them to bourbon because that is how I'm doing peace talks. Day two, let's just all face it. We've done some questionable things on whiskey.
Bourbon is great. What do you do after?
We all know that Fort Drum, New York's mountain tax earned a certain way. We all know that I'm crossing that line day two. If the aliens
all I can say is
whiskey, I'm crossing that line.
Give it 2 weeks. Okay.
All I say is before my health issues, Bourbon is delicious, and it solves a lot of problems.
No.
But it creates just as many as it can solve.
Wait a minute. Gretchen pulls out her glasses like, well, I mean.
That's the first time Gretchen is drank on screen.
She's like, I don't.
Oh, no.
But
it's not the first.
No, the long pull, the sit back and the.
I know.
With the pinky out.
It wasn't enough that she drank. She had to sit back and go.
With the pinky out. That
was pinkies out, bitches.
That's what makes it classy. That's what makes it classy. You got to have the pinky out.
Okay, so they captured the brain bug, and Neil Patrick Harris feels on it, which, whatever. And
it feels fear.
He says, "It's afraid. It's afraid." Like,
because it sucked the brains of people, and it knows what men do.
Thank you. And sure enough, without fucking fail, when they finally get that thing to the damn the
forceps lab. Forceps gets into a lab. First thing it does.
They shoot it. They stick a fucking needle in its side and then clip some shit down and shove it up in there. Verhoeven. That was when Verhoeven's fucks ran out. So that is when Verhoeven fucks.
Any cis woman, trans man, or non-binary that was born female is going to tell you, "Wow, I got to the gynecologist apparently, because that's what they do there. That's what they do there."
Yeah. Honestly, I know this was filmed in 1997, but I remember very explicitly seeing that scene in Abu Ghraib circa 2009.
I did. I saw the pictures. I ain't even gonna fucking try to front. I saw the motherfucking pictures. But please
don't send those to me.
That's exactly when Paul Verhoeven's
I'm flexible either way. I'm a sadist.
I'm not looking at them motherfuckers ever again. But that's when you knew Paul Verhoeven's fucks ran out. That's when you knew Paul Verhoeven finally said, "You know what? You all have been thinking it for the past 15 minutes. I'm gonna do it, and you fuckers are gonna sit there and watch it." We have had arms blown off,
and I'm gonna make it a comedy moment.
Exactly.
I'm gonna play it up for fucking laughs.
For fucking laughs. This is
what. And at this point, Paul could have had the rest of the Golden Girls in.
We did have to talk about Rue McClanahan.
Oh, are we going alternate endings? Are we at Nerds alternate endings?
Well, see, the only way it can end is only one thing, man. It's just with brain bug only porn. OnlyFans porn. That's it. It's the only way it can end. That's the only way.
Onlybugs.com.
Oh,
that's it.
You motherfuckers.
Because I mean, why?
Y'all will not put that in
because
the end of this fucking show.
We're
gonna
do weird shit. We love weird shit.
Not that
we're gonna try and find any way to fuck it.
You will not.
Thomas, it is done. It is done. It is done.
Right. It is.
It has been done. The only ending to it is
only bugs.
Porn.
Only bugs.
I am literally sitting.
Only bugs. That's it. That's the only ending.
Featuring Neil Patrick Harris.
No.
Yes.
No.
We cannot.
It is Casper Van Diem as goddamn Johnny Rico, butt naked in front of the brain bug. I can't. Fuck y'all. I can't.
And the ghost of
angry. You succeeded. It's in his head now. You succeeded.
You win. You win. Patrick Harris and if they want to go,
That's the real
gangbang. Then they can bring in. They can bring in Denise Richards too.
Oh God!
4 or 5 hours from now, 4 or 5 hours from now, or maybe even tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, you know what?
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is that. I mean,
he's still obsessing.
It's a capitalist society. What are they going to do?
Fuck.
Money. How's the best way they're gonna make money off of the bug?
Hey, wars are fucking expensive.
Yes. And what is it? What is the scientists always
$250 million to see the Titanic or fuck the brain bug?
Wait a minute.
They do weird
Either way, you're busting
man.
a nut.
We love weird shit. We love to do weird shit. We're humans. Okay. We want to figure out how to fuck everything.
So it's $250,000 just to be with. Oh, okay. That's the end. That's the end. That's the end. That is the motherfucking end. I cannot do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We got him there.
All right. Okay. On the can of ass scale, one can of ass or a 10-pack of ass, one can being It's very tolerable. You'll like it. 10 pack is, why in the fuck did they even do this? And one day we're gonna do Manus, The Hands of Fate. And I'm already telling you right now what my vote for is a 10-pack of ass just looking at it.
Is this our new rating scale, cans of ass?
Yes, a can of ass.
All right, cool. I'm down for it. All right, cans of ass.
From a 1 pack, you go from a 1 can of ass to a 10-pack of ass. So on a scale of 1 can of ass to a 10-pack of ass, Gretchen, what do you give Starship Troopers?
I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give a Starship Trooper 5 cans of ass.
Oh,
there are movies that are way worse.
True.
And despite the fact that I hate how they destroyed the book, it is still, I appreciate this movie more after our show than I did before. It is kind of fun. It's gory if you like that sort of thing. It's fast paced. It's over very quickly. And, you know, so yeah, it's in the middle. I mean, yeah, 5 cans of ass, definitely. 5 cans.
All right, Zero Fox.
1 can shy of a 6-pack, baby.
Yes. All right, Zero Fox. Scale of 1 can of ass to a 10-pack of ass. What do you give Starship Troopers?
So going off of our previous Predator scale where we made you translate, I would say Neil Patrick Harris's Ferret with Denise Richards. But in all truthfulness, I love this movie. Again, I love the book. I love the movie. Again, I may not agree with the director's over heavy-handedness on some of the plot preachiness, but I love the satire. So I got to give it. What are we going? 10's the best, 1's the worst, or
one's the best,
1's the best, 10's the worst.
I gotta lean this closer to a 3 then. Like, I love this movie. I really do.
Oh, wait, I'm confused now. 1 is the best, 10 is the worst?
10 is the worst. 10,
okay, 10, so 10 is the worst. Yeah, because nobody wants 10 cans of ass.
No, exactly. No. Lukewarm, room temperature.
Okay, cool. All right, I just wanted to clarify.
I gotta lean towards a 3. I love this movie. I still do. Even like, again, I love the book. It is one of my all-time favorites, but I will watch this movie and introduce my friends to it and make them suffer through it as well.
I will have. I gotta listen to that book again. Then. All right, Angry.
All right, so
10 of ass to 10-pack of ass. What do you give Starship Troopers?
Okay, so originally when I first watched this movie, I could not stand it. I hated it, just all around. I hated the movie when very first time I ever saw it. Since then, over the years, and talking with buddies of mine and seeing some of the sequels, the only Starship Troopers movie that I enjoy was an animated one that they did.
I remember that
about
one.
5 years ago. That's one I really do like. But since now reading the book and following along with the audiobook and discussing with everybody here, I don't hate it as much.
Nah.
So
you got it.
I've gone from being a solid 10-pack of ass. Now I've gone down to about 6-pack of ass.
Oh my goodness!
You gave him a solid 6-pack. That's all right.
Boy, that's a solid 4-pack game. I like it.
That's
a family pack now.
The only reason is because of the book and the animated movie. Is the only reason why it jumped up 4 points.
And mine, I just want to be clear, mine's still good. Mine's the equivalent of going and getting a pizza. When you get home, there's a piece missing. Yeah, it's still a pizza.
Yeah, that's
it's still good. But
it's still good, but it's
all right, okay, fuck it. This movie,
come on, cans of ass, Tom.
Oh my god, this movie it's all over the fucking place. It's not Nazi iconography. It's fucking high school bullshit. It's cock blocking, it's bullets, it's tits, it's bugs, it's cockroaches, it's
90s. It is pure 90s cheese.
It is literally, if you put this fucking thing in a time capsule, 200 years from today, people are gonna see that's what the 90s look like. Starship Troopers is a pure, unadulterated 90s fucking film. So on a scale of 1 can of ass to 10-pack of ass, I will have to give this movie 4 cans of ass. I have to. It is cheese. It is a cheese pizza with cheesy bread on top of Cheetos
with a stuffed cheese crust.
With a stuffed cheese crust. With a stuffed cheese crust. And a can of fucking. It is literally a 4-pack of ass. It is. I mean, a 4-can of ass. I give it that. It is a pure 90s film. I don't think we'll ever review another film that is more, because the Predator films are pure 80s. Those are 80s films. You can tell the Maria Conchita Alonso is acting. Fucking, we got one smart Predator and a dumb Predator.
And even though way down the line, we've still got to eventually one day get to Predators like ZFG has talked about.
Fuck yes, exactly.
Eventually get there.
Predators and AVG and
this is a fucking 90s flick. The only thing it really honestly needed was like, I don't know, a grunge.
The 90s weren't a really great time for film, in my opinion.
It really wasn't. That's the beauty of it. These are bad films that we remember as bad films then, but we like now because we're fucking 20 years past this shit.
And I do want to give a very important message right before we're done. So when you guys are done, let me know. I have a
go
message.
Go right ahead, because we're ending this shit. This is wild. I got
all right, here we go. This is a serious thing though, because it's not comical. I'm very serious about this. Dear Hollywood, when you work out your writer's strike and your actor strike, I have noticed that one of my other favorite books of all time by the same author, Have Spacesuit Will Travel, has been in development hell since 2004. Leave it there. Leave it there. Don't touch that goddamn book.
You don't want Verhoeven to touch it?
Really? No, leave it there. Leave it there. Don't touch Have Spacesuit Will Travel.
That seems like the next Christopher Columbus film.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Man, if I get the Rawling treatment on Have Spacesuit Will Travel,
no.
It sounds like to me, Gretchen, you will find a way to find out who you have to punch in the face, and will actively go and punch them in the face.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when we do get
if I can't drive, I'll walk. Listen, I may not get there soon, but I'll get there.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
because you got to punch. You got to punch to deliver.
To the happen. When we eventually do M. Night Shyamalan, to the happen. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the quote you're going to hear for the entirety of the fucking show. I don't give a fuck what we're talking about. I don't care. What you're going to hear is M. Night Shyamalan owes me $17.75, and I'm going to get my fucking money from that motherfucker. I
promise to look up exactly how much the ticket cost when it came out, so I know what I'm asking for.
M. Night Shyamalan owes me $7.
And snacks. You got to cover my snacks too, mother.
No, somebody else.
M. Night Shyamalan, he owes me $7 because I rented that piece of shit.
He owes. I paid for the tickets. The person I was with paid for the popcorn. She doesn't want the money for the popcorn back, but fuck him and fuck him twice. I want my $17.75. I went to see this fucking film in South fucking Dakota.
He owes me way more than that because he dropped brilliant movies like Sixth Sense and then redefined the superhero genre with Unbreakable. And then he drew us in, he lured us in. He's like, come here, you want some candy? And then he fucking shit on us.
Oh,
yeah. And then he shit on us.
Listening.
Oh, you like Avatar? You like the cartoon Avatar? How about this?
Fuck him.
Are we doing Shyamalan? Are we doing?
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Shyamalan.
I gotta go now. I'm gonna go punch Shyamalan on the face right now.
We don't do a specific movie.
I'm walking to go shit on Shyamalan.
That's what I said. I want to wait till Halloween, and that is Halloween is going to be the week. Halloween is going to be the month. We will do a show a week.
Shit on Shyamalan.
We're gonna shit on Shyamalan. It's gonna be a Halloween shit on Shyamalan month. We will do a 2-hour show every fucking week. We will pick the 4 worst motherfucking M. Night Shyamalan movies, and we are going to fucking rip them apart. But I'm going to tell you, if the happening
sounds horrifying to me.
Listen, if the happening is one of them. The happening is going to be one of them, and I'm telling you right now, the very first thing out of my fucking mouth is going to be, this son of a bitch owes me $17.75, and if I want my goddamn money, I'm going to find it. I'm going to put it.
I think we should all nominate one, and mine is The Village. Yeah,
absolutely.
Man, fuck The Village. I kept thinking it was The Mist. I'd say no, The Mist is a different movie than The Village.
I love The Village. I love
Signs.
that movie.
Signs. We got to do Signs.
Okay, so we got Signs.
Oh yeah, Signs. Yeah.
Village.
Hello, welcome aliens who can't stand water, walking around naked on an atmosphere whose content is 90% water.
Water.
Okay, we've got 3. We need one more. Give me one more bad fucking M. Night Shyamalan film.
Avatar.
The one where The Island.
Oh, you talking about
Island.
Oh, the I'm with
Ewan McGregor.
not Ewan McGregor. Yeah, not yeah. Ewan
No.
McGregor.
The Ewan McGregor movie is amazing. The M. Night Shyamalan Island movie is when everyone starts aging.
Oh, you're talking about old.
Oh,
You're
Oh,
talking
I
about
haven't
old?
seen that one. I haven't seen that one. I'll have to watch it.
Enjoy it.
yeah.
watch
When it goes into
Yes.
into just like this little remote
Benjamin
island, and then all of a
Button's that
sudden
shit.
everybody.
It's
I know.
it's Benjamin Button. Fuck you. That's what it is. It's like
Yeah.
Benjamin.
It's Benjamin Button. It's Benjamin Button. Benjamin Button played backwards.
No,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
Benjamin
yeah.
Buttfuck.
Play forward.
Benjamin Buttfuck. You were close.
Well,
Exactly.
he gets younger through the movie in
Yes, he
Benjamin
does.
Button. So
I'm
you
gonna-
play it backwards, he's getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's why it's Benjamin Buttfuck.
it's butt fucked. All right. So that's October.
Hey,
What?
don't knock it till you've tried it.
In the next 2 weeks, we're gonna do. I want to do Cocaine Bear, and then after
I always
that,
thought I was a Tommen, but then I got pegged as a sub.
listen. I want to do. Motherfucker.
You all were welcome for that. That joke was so well timed.
That was
Like,
so.
If I am taking a hit from my vape, no, you wait 3 seconds. Huh, Jesus. Trigger warning, man. Trigger warning. No, there's no trigger warnings here.
I'm lucky because one, I was not taking a sip of coffee or water,
Why do you think
and two,
fucking around with
I'm
you?
lucky because I did not just take a bong rip.
Listen, why the fuck y'all think I ain't fucking with Zero Fox? I know him. I've known him for years. I'm not playing with him. Every time something smart's about to come out of his mouth, he'll lean a little bit, and then that smart ass shit will come out, and you'll either joke or laugh to death. I'm not fucking with him.
Thank you for pointing out that visual.
So,
clue.
thank-
I will look
I
for it in the
appreciate that.
future.
I've got tells.
Hold on.
I've got tells. I know.
I will look for it in the
Said,
future.
all right, I appreciate that. Now I know.
It's a drink followed by that lean, and then something fucked up's gonna come out of his mouth. I'm trying.
So we've got Signs, we've got Signs, The Village, The Happening, and The Old.
and
Whatever
old.
the fuck that movie was
Is
called.
it called?
Yeah.
Is it called Old?
It's called
Yeah.
old.
Yeah,
Old.
it's called yeah.
I sat and watched
Because
that
the whole
film
movie is
bad.
basically is because these people
Oh.
just go to a place and they just get old
Old.
at like
Old.
Just
real
old.
old.
I'm
Okay,
telling
cool.
y'all,
We've got
I'm
it then. That's
I'm ripping the happening apart. I'm not even gonna watch it. I remember it by memory. Fuck that fucking film.
I'm never watching
Fuck
that
that-
movie again.
Fuck that fucking film, and fuck Mark Wahlberg for being in that fucking film. I
So
don't
look,
like.
I blocked out that movie.
I'm
I
gonna have to
blocked out-
rewatch all of these fucking movies. I'm not even going.
I will have the other 3. I might. This one, no. This bitch. I listen. That is my dark side.
I don't know if I can handle Zoe Deer in the Headlights Deschanel again.
Oh my god.
Oh, I hate her as an actress. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They had
Cute
the-
enough girl, but no talent to save her ass.
Like-
I'm sorry.
Like my
They had
wife's
the mom
favorite
from Eight
movie
Enough
is
in there.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and she is by far the worst part of that entire goddamn movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh
but you're
my
talking-
god, I hate her.
Again, I don't expect movies to live up to books, but again, you're talking about another movie that took a giant crap on the face of the book.
fuck that.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Not
god.
everyone gets lucky. We're like, I don't know if any of you have ever read the Jason Bourne series of books. The movies are far superior.
Yes.
Far superior.
Yes. I will give you that because the fucking books are like in the fucking 60s and 70s.
They're
Of-
terrible. They're terrible.
They're horrible. But the Jason Bourne movie's fantastic. This shit, I'm telling you right now, The Happening, I remember it by me. You know how in the DC universe the big bad is fucking Darkseid, and in Marvel it's Thanos or Galactus. That's
Or
the happening.
Kang.
Yeah, that's the happening to me.
That's
I
the shit in there.
remember that fucking film. When we get to the lawnmower, that's the one. I'm telling you right now, that's the one. That's the one where everybody's gonna go, let me mute because Thomas is about to lose his fucking shit. That's when I stood up in the movie theater and said, this is the fucking worst film I've ever seen in my goddamn life. And I was in the fucking army at the time. Everybody told me to sit down, but fuck it. You know what? Let me end this show.
I love you guys.
Hey, y'all, thank y'all for watching. Cocaine Bear in 2 weeks. Then we start on the Expendables. Oh my God. But in October, it's fuck M. Night Shyamalan month. And that's exactly what we're gonna label it
And
as.
you got 4 Saturdays, the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and 28th.
Oh my
So
God.
schedule them.
Spooky month is gonna hurt.
Spooky month is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Who wants that to go first? Because I'll take the happening last. It'll help me build up to the rage I have.
All right, well,
we'll start with the village.
We'll do the Benjamin Buttfuck movie first, since that seems to be the most forgettable of all of them.
Oh.
And I haven't seen it, so I can actually watch it and it's fresh for me. So it won't be like, because I'm not going to watch Signs again. I know that movie all too well. I can tear it. I can tear it a new bunghole.
And you know what?
It's
one of those guilty pleasures. I love Signs and I love The Village. Like I like
The Village better than Signs, but I'm sorry, I got nothing for Mel. I got nothing for that ass.
I will watch Signs. I'll watch Old. I'll watch The Village. But if I watch The Happening again, y'all gonna have to come get me. I will book a flight to fucking Philadelphia and find that motherfucker. Just saying the words "The Happening" make me fly my ass to fucking Philadelphia to get my goddamn 1775.
All right, wrap it up, Thomas.
Hey, only one state next to me. Fly to Columbus. We'll drive over.